on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.
On the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what
All
you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin J, got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Try run the town. Try run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's by smoke, then we toke all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Take it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now. Mad struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock glitz, know they look how I freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. Then reload the clip and record the clip. It's go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP. Take over the west and the east. Hey, we got just what you need on vitamin G.
Hello. Welcome everybody to episode 224 of the Vitamin G podcast. This is your host Pharaoh, and I have with me today so far Nappy Senshi and Omar.
Yes.
So welcome everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and kick off these intros. Nappy, what you been up to? Have you gotten any of those reviews done? And what you been playing?
Yeah, so basically the review for this controller is practically done. I had an issue that I encountered with the GameSir G7 SE controller for Xbox. Turns out that the Xbox app is the one that allows you to overclock this controller to 1000 hertz, but the PC app doesn't. So it kind of is like, what the fuck? But I mean, I already addressed it in the video, so this is going to be done. As far as other controller reviews, been working on the Scuff Envision Pro controller. So this is the PC Pro controller with 11 programmable buttons. I have for basic members, it's a list of controllers, but those are the main three that should be coming up soon. Also, as far as game wise, I have been getting back into Elder Scrolls Skyrim. So I have downloaded this mod pack called the Novice Mod Pack, which will install over 2,000 mods onto your Skyrim. And I looked at the folder; it was around 360 something. So if you have Skyrim on PC or Skyrim Anniversary Edition, there's something that you can download. So basically, there's so many mods in Skyrim to the point now where people are making mod packs where they're putting mods together. One of the biggest mod packs you can download right now is called the Novice Mod Pack, which is over 2,000 mods, like over 300 gigabytes of mods that are put over top of a 40 gigabyte game Skyrim, completely changes Skyrim. And oh my god, it is fun. I love the mod set. The combat's completely revamped. There's like stances for all your weapons now. They got custom skill trees for like vampires, dragonborn skill trees. That it's like it's a basically updated game, and
So
it's just like
basically a complete new game almost.
It still has its core story and everything, but man, it had a dodge in. It's just I wish I had the video recording somewhere. I know I recorded it. I can actually show real quick. But yeah, that was mainly the game I've been playing was Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Here it is. This is just something I can show you guys. That actually I am going to share with you guys so you guys can experience what I am talking about. So this is the Skyrim with like 2,000 mods. Me just fighting some random creature just for you guys to learn. Wait, can they actually see this?
I have to hit the watch screen. Here we go. Now they can see it.
Oh,
Go ahead.
so like combat is so one. They added lock on where you basically can lock onto creatures, and they added all these crazy combos to the character.
Like I said, it looks
So
totally next
my main
gen.
thing is, yeah, this is basically a new experience for Skyrim.
Oh, so it's third person. Oh, I'm not.
I think
It's still
Elder-
first
It
person.
was third person, but it wasn't like this. This is almost like a total. What? This is Skyrim?
Yeah, this is Skyrim.
I played Skyrim. I don't recall it being actually.
Yeah, this is Skyrim. This is part of the novels pack. Completely changes up Skyrim.
Interesting. Yo,
Eh,
what? What? Yo,
Yeah.
Yo, this actually makes me want to play this now. Holy, yo, the comments look sick.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is just one of the many things.
Hmm.
They completely changed up a lot of things. Where basically the game is completely revamped, and
Just
it
one
is a
second. It's not on consoles, it's on PC only, right? Because
No,
these are
it-
these are mods.
Stanley,
Yeah,
this
I
isn't
thought
on. This isn't on console. I don't know. I don't know if it ever makes it to console either. But yeah, this is
I don't
Yeah,
think
this-
so.
So this is only for if you have Elder Scrolls Skyrim, the special anniversary edition. This will allow you to use this mod set, and it's just an awesome experience, man. It completely revamps the story. There's like so much gameplay I had.
I mean, if Bethesda was smart, they would just take all these modes and then sell a next gen patch or provide a next gen patch of Skyrim with that.
I mean, they need to fix Starfield, so they gotta be busy with that.
I mean, Starfield.
Hey.
They already said Starfield to its core cannot be changed to something like this.
Yeah, I read somewhere that modders for Starfield gave up on it.
We
Yeah, because it's like an updated version of the creation engine.
but and we also have to realize that like Bethesda is a publisher. They got more than enough teams. If they want an Elder Scroll team and a Starfield team, they can kind of do that.
Yeah, so this is just to show you guys, like, basically, this is what Skyrim with 2,000 mods look like.
Are you exaggerating or genuinely 2,000 mods?
No, it's literally 2,000 mods. Like, so for this
okay.
version of Novice mod pack, it is this is what 2,160 something, but it's like
Damn.
300 and something gigabytes worth of mods that's on your computer.
Yeah.
But
How long did it take you to
But for
upload
you-
them all? Because people get kind of intimidated when they hear that number.
so for me, they actually recommend you to have the Nexus Premium account, or just to hurry up and sign up for it, because it will make the download a lot faster, but it takes like an hour. It took me like 90 minutes.
Wow.
I'm not talking about the download part. I'm talking about the actual like installing the mods. People understand.
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying.
They-
And download. So the tool, the Novice pack, is like a tool set.
Okay.
So basically, it basically downloads and installs the mods for you, but it takes like it took me 90 minutes.
Okay.
And the mod, is it free or you need to buy it?
It's all this is free. It's just for PC though. So
I know,
like,
I know.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah, that's crazy. That is over 10 years of mods.
Damn.
Yeah.
They got put together. And think about that. Someone went out of their way to put up 2,000 mods together. Over 2,000 mods, because originally it was 2,500 to make a next gen Skyrim experience. So this is a part where you have to thank the community, the Elder Scrolls of Bethesda community for making all these mods, because it wouldn't be possible without them.
Thank the community for loving the game.
So that's what I've been mostly playing, and honestly, I haven't been playing anything else. But with that, I will kick it off.
All right.
Omar, I haven't heard from you in a
Omar,
while,
we
man.
haven't
You've been
heard-
gone.
But yeah. So the last thing that I told you guys I was playing was Ni no Kuni 2, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I already beat that game. I moved on from it because I beat it. I wanted to play again, which is fine. But
Okay.
I'm actually doing a challenge run.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
But 1 second. So the video keep buffering. Is it on my end or your end?
Yeah, I was wondering. It was buffering on my end too, so I was lowering the resolution because I think I was like streaming and stuff. But
Okay.
I turned off the stream.
So my challenge run is as follow. Level 1 only. You don't level up your characters whatsoever. And
a level 1 challenge run.
How do you not level up in like doing the boss?
Oh, so there is a pack you can download.
Oh, it's like it's like a PC thing?
No. It's on PlayStation, on Xbox and PC. It can be done anywhere. There is a pack, you go and download it, and it's a ring you need to wear. Which that's my biggest gripe with it. I wish it was something that you can turn on or off. And mostly because there are moments in the game where the chapter ends without me knowing, and if I don't have the ring on, I would get XP and level up, which made me need to replay almost like 40 to 50 minutes of gameplay. So there is that. The biggest challenge for this run is 3 things. Well, actually 4 things. HP, you have very little HP, but you can actually fix it with accessories. Same goes for your damage, but when it comes to MP, you suck. You're stuck at your base MP, and it's terrible. And I was doing a challenge. I was fighting a level 99 monster. It's a secret boss, and I had it almost 50% health, and it escaped because 1 of my lack of damage, and 2 because it was sun. So yeah, it does bring challenge with it, but I'm having fun with the gameplay because of the challenge run. If not for the challenge run, the game would be so easy. I have unlimited money, and I have unlimited potions. Like everything is maxed out. And we had this conversation, but I had no idea. I just finished chapter 9.
Yeah, Alticia?
Sorry?
Alticia?
Yeah.
I don't 100% remember it by chapter since I beat it so long ago, but you're Alticia, right?
Chapter 9 is when you get Leviathan.
Yeah, that's an Alticia. That's like that's when you finally meet Luna Freya.
Yeah. Dude, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't recall ever playing one of the worst sequence in gaming history. And I played buggy and glitchy games. And they were not like this.
I don't remember it being buggy and glitchy because it was so long ago. but I do remember it being a very anticlimactic experience. You making it to Alticia and like it kind of like being like this. Because for me, it was like a build up. Because I started off with the movie. Because I don't know if you guys watched the Final Fantasy movie that came out.
I've seen it, but long time ago.
Yeah, so I watched the movie, and then I watched the anime,
The
uh,
anime.
the Brotherhood anime, and then I rolled into the game. So there was kind of like this build up for me, and then we finally get to Alticia, where Noctis is supposed to, meet his bride. I'm not expecting them to get married there, of course, but it was just a very anticlimactic moment how they handled it. I don't know if anyone in the chat hasn't played the
I
game.
agree.
But it was just very like we did all this just to get to this point, and it just was kind of like what?
Yeah, I feel you. Teizoshi, I used to agree with you, but nah. 15 is the worst Final Fantasy I've ever played. Bar none. It it it's missing a lot of content. It's missing so much content.
Read the book to get the full story and like understand the true motive of motive is that basically he's like he's from the same royal family that Noctis is from. But he got but he got cursed with eternal life basically, and he kind of wanted vengeance against I don't have like this crisp memory of it all, but that's kind of like the synopsis of it.
Okay, I get you. So why the fuck couldn't they implement that in the game?
They what is it, Lucian's? He's one of the original. He's like the original one. Like he's like him and his brother were like the original one. Basically.
So they had a
in the book that didn't make it to the game. Like they had to make a book to fill out the rest of the story.
Damn, that's so terrible. That's worse than 7, dude.
Whoa. But what about the DLC? His DLC does explain a little bit, though, about
that's
how
why it dives into it a little bit. That's why I said the Royal Pack, it dives into it in the Royal Pack on his DLC. But it doesn't dive into it to the extent that the book does.
That is true, yeah. But, I mean, it should give him a good perspective. I mean, the DLC is actually really great in the fact that you can, since you're playing the edition, you can switch to any character and play their play styles.
Yeah.
Well, in order to do that, you need to invest points in it. And I don't have enough points because of my lack of leveling up. Basically, when you level up, you get points, AP points.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you need to farm AP. And there was a farming method, but they slowed it down. So it's all tedious. Other than that, I did become level 100, and I still didn't have enough AP to invest in everything that I need. Apparently, the level cap is 120 now.
So like it went to like a live service model, like where
it's almost live servicing now. Yeah,
I thought you paid for the DLC and that was it.
So you need to pay the DLC, which is €1 something. It's not cheap right now. Normally it's €4. The DLC is very cheap. The Brothers DLC, which is your main characters, I already owned. So I'm not sure because of that I didn't buy them. I didn't need to buy them. One thing I will say is I don't know, dude. They've tried so much to. Have you played the Terra DLC?
The Terror DLC?
Yeah. So there are 2 new DLC in the game. One about Terra. It's an old game from Square Enix, apparently. It's a mobile game.
Oh, I'd have to go back.
And yeah, and the other one you actually get a visit from someone from Final Fantasy 14, and with her you fight Garuda. Yeah. So they tried. It's not they tried. They actually made it almost like a live service game because they kept updating it.
Well,
Right now, yeah.
I will say that Final Fantasy 15 to this date is their most ambitious Final Fantasy, and it has the most depth of its story. They just weren't allowed to land it. I didn't care for the ending, but yeah, it's the deepest story that they ever did, as far as like the prequel and the build up, and like they did more for that game than it's right
Mind
there
you,
with it's right there with Final Fantasy 7 if you ask me.
yeah. Mind you, I am
You're muted,
playing the
Nappy.
royal. I am playing the Royal Edition,
Yeah.
and they already fixed that linearity. Apparently, I don't recall in the original game you could teleport to go back to the past, right?
I don't think you go back to the past. I think once you had that time skip where Noctis is kind of older.
No. I'm
No,
talking where you talk to the dog, and he sent you to the past, where you can free roam again.
yeah, pretty much. They kind of made it where you can, no matter what chapter or part of the game you are, you can basically free roam.
Oh, like a new game plus thing.
No.
It's not necessarily a new game plus, but it gives you the freedom to basically go back to previous like areas that are they're only accessible through previous chapters.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I got the game day one. I ran through it.
That's what I'm telling you. They did. The base game
Yeah.
didn't have that.
Yeah, but I say
Yeah,
I ran through it.
I remember one of the biggest things is that because as the game progressed, the days get extremely shorter.
Yeah.
And it's mostly nighttime, and that's when all the crazy monsters come back. So some people will travel back in the past and start like grinding, leveling up, and then come back to the present.
Oh, okay. So shout out to Tezuchi. She said, OG Final Fantasy allowed you to do it. Okay, so it's a matter of being at chapter 8, I think. Then that's when you leave the original.
I don't
If you don't pay
remember.
attention, you miss it.
I don't
When
remember.
you meet,
I didn't want to
yeah,
go back in
okay.
time. I wanted to beat it. I got a little like
Oh.
after like the whole crew got like fucked up in Alticia and like dude's face got burned off and everyone was all jacked up. I was kind of sour
everything-
at that point, and I was like, let's just finish this damn game.
all of that happened off screen. I never got
Not
actually
all of
helps,
it.
well,
The dude's
it
face
helps on a DLC.
The dude's
Oh,
face
okay.
getting the
I
dude's
didn't
face
believe
getting
it,
messed up. The dude's not the big
can't
muscle,
remember
not the big
names.
not the big muscle bound dude. The guy with the glasses.
The glasses that
The
can
guy,
cook.
yeah, the guy. He
Ignis.
like the Ignis. Yeah, he lost an eye or whatever. Like that happened on screen. From
He
what I remember.
lost his vision.
Yeah.
But they do have a DLC that explains exactly what happened, and I'm not. He's actually has a fun play style. I actually enjoy his play style a lot.
Here is why I didn't play the DLC. Because I looked it up on Google and they told me most of the DLCs spoil the ending. So I chose not to play the DLC.
No, because the big muscle bound dude, his DLC takes place in the very middle of the game, so that wouldn't ruin the ending for you. Because you go to that one town that's like on like the coast.
Yeah, and he has to break. He has to break off because he had to do something, and that's when technically his DLC begins.
But apparently, even that have ending something related.
The only name I remember is Prompto. That's the only dude I remember is Prompto. He was cool.
Prompto DLC was actually pretty sad, but Prompto DLC is not going to ruin the ending, but it's more so about him
if Prompto
than anything else.
If Prompto DLC don't deal with him hooking up with Sid, it's a disappointment.
Okay.
He had a major crush on Sid.
Yeah, I'm gonna play them after after I'm done with the main game. But yeah, the challenge run is not per se challenging because I have unlimited potions, but that's about it. Other game I started playing is Honkai Star Rail.
Okay.
And the only reason I started playing it is because I heard from two people that the game is actually good and it actually have an ending. Yes, it's a gacha, and so far I need a fucking healer. I am what 4 hours? No, not for 4 hours. I literally just beat the first sequence, and I'm interested to where the story is heading, but I need a healer. And if I don't get a healer, I'm gonna be screwed. Because the game is difficult. But what I like about the game is, how do I say this? It's very welcoming to JRPG. You can speed fight. You can make it automatic. There is very clear weaknesses and how much HP have, how much enemies health they have, and stuff like that. And they implemented something almost like almost like a roguelite in it as well. Anyone here played Honkai Star Rails?
Yeah. I
How
haven't
was
played
it?
it. I haven't played it. I
You
saw that
haven't?
I saw that it won an award. Like the
I have
VGAs.
the feeling Nappy played it, but he left. So,
I don't really do the gotcha games too much. So
Oh no, I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry. I just got my cup of tea.
okay. So, did you play it?
I'm sorry. What? Repeat the game that you said.
Honkai Star Rails. You played it?
A little bit of it. It's not a bad game. It's one of those fun little gotcha games. It's like first it was Genshin Impact, then there was the damn, what was the other game? Tower Fantasy, and now it's the Honkai.
yeah. And
Seems like
Honkai got an award last week, right?
Yes, it did. It did get an award.
Awesome.
It's not a bad game. It's slightly better. Like I said, the only two mobile games I'm actually looking forward to is the Monster Hunter Now and the Kingdom Hearts Relink. The two mobile games, because especially the Kingdom Hearts Relink one is going to be the biggest one. I'm going to be outside walking the streets of Baltimore fighting Heartless. So,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But
we got zero.
That's about me. Go ahead to the next person.
Zero. I saw you straggled in a little bit late. What have you been up to? What you been playing?
Just a little late. But I've been good, man. Played and finished Death's Door, which is a delightful little game.
Nice.
That's fun.
Did you beat the secret boss?
Didn't know there was a secret boss.
There is one, but you need to collect, or rather plant every single seed.
Not doing it. Absolutely not.
I
I
feel
just
you.
don't have the patience for it. Like,
I feel you. This is the biggest peeve for me. I literally needed 1 or 2 seeds, and I have no idea where I need to plant them.
yeah,
But I feel you. But it's a good game. I enjoyed it.
it's nice. Yeah, like I'd like to see more of whatever that team does. So it was very fun. Playing the finals, which is actually quite good. Been having a good time with it so far. It's a sort of competitive extraction shooter. And it was some of the stuff was announced at the Game Awards that it was like officially out. The beta had come out like a month or so ago. So played the beta, then played the game. So I'm enjoying it so far. It's scratching that shooting itch along with Apex until Destiny gets its act together sometime next year. And of course, working my way through Star Ocean's Second Story R. I'm probably about 60% of the way done. So chances are by next week I'll have it finished, so long as I have the time to do it. So I'm looking forward to that, and then once I'm off of that, it is on to Super Mario RPG, and then following up with Baldur's Gate 3. But that's pretty much it, man.
Game of the year.
Game of the year. Excuse me. All right, you're right, Nappy. Game of the year. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Plus 5 additional awards just because.
Yeah, just to throw that in there.
All right. And Jubei, he went off camera, fresh off the retwist. His Cowboys.
I saw the ball. I say he got some fresh twists. I'm like, say like, damn.
He fresh off the retwist. and he's so proud of his team that he decided to rock a little Cowboys gear today. Jube, what you been up to?
Yeah.
What you been playing?
What have I been playing? Jesus. I haven't really been playing much because busy. But I bought a physical copy of Baldur's Gate, so I can't really play that until February at this point, which sucks.
Why?
Oh, it's not
You got
shit.
you got a collector's edition or something?
I did.
got
I got
the-
the deluxe. The deluxe edition. Joint.
Why? Is
Why
it?
not?
It's physical.
No.
No.
I'm asking why can't you play it beforehand?
Because I would have to buy an entirely another copy.
Oh, so the CD, the physical is coming later. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting the physical till February apparently. So
Well, you're lucky because apparently there's a glitch right now. Game breaking glitch.
and that's another thing. I don't want to pay $70 and have to deal with that. Like I'd be pissed if I lost 20 hours of.
But the thing is, doesn't Baldur's Gate have their own save system so that you can kind of cross save between PC, like between your accounts?
Yeah, but
I
it's
don't
kind of
know, but it's
it's
like
kind of
cool.
new for Xbox though. It's just kind of weird. I think
No, it's not new. For Xbox handles it perfectly. As
It's
far
play
as,
it's play anywhere. Like that's been done.
yeah.
yeah, they do have Baldur's Gate does support cross platforms because South Park made an episode making fun of Baldur's Gate for not having cross save, and they came out. I was like, wait, what are you guys talking about? We have cross save.
Yeah, but I say Baldur's Gate handles their own cross save, so that's probably why they have that issue because Xbox
do.
already has the system in place. It's not a game thing for them. It's the ecosystem thing.
Yeah.
Also, can we back up for a second? Did I miss here? So there's no physical edition of Baldur's Gate?
No, there
Not
is
right
a
now.
physical edition for Baldur's Gate for Xbox, but they didn't have a release date for it. You just pre-ordered it, the physical edition. That physical edition isn't releasing for another couple months.
Is that true across the board or just for Xbox?
Just for Xbox.
Even the PlayStation. No. The PlayStation Deluxe physicals that you can get from Larian, they're not
Okay.
launching till Q1 2024.
Okay.
This is a digital game right now, bro.
So
I don't know.
it's-
So I
it
didn't.
could
So
be-
like, for
it
sorry,
could-
I
it could
can't just
be in
walk into
stores, I'm not
Target
sure.
right now.
I
and be
don't.
like,
No, you
That's
can't.
something I'd have to
Apparently
look
you
at.
can't,
But
no.
I don't think there's any physical copies of Baldur's Gate.
I mean, but that's just
Man,
kind of just speaks to the scale of
Yeah, it's all digital. Like actually
the
no,
studio.
no.
The studio just
Oh no,
isn't that-
it's a pre-order for physical. Physicals are not coming out till next year.
yeah.
It's
So
right now. It's a digital only game.
It's a smaller.
We get
it's
that
a-
physical
it-
copy.
It's a smaller studio that is capable of making a bigger game. So we're kind of seeing, little areas that they kind of fall short in, that they can't deliver the full suite day one to customers like a bigger company could. But hey,
so they don't even allow a download code, even though you bought a physical.
no, because then that'd be like 2 copies. That'd be essentially giving
But
you 2
is it
copies.
though? Well, I know we won't get into it, but
Yeah.
like, is it though?
I mean, it
Yes.
can
It-
be.
it
I
would
mean,
be
the
like- it
whole
would be
the
like
whole
a free
authentication
copy.
thing is going to be a little weird with the CD and the digital copy.
Because like I understand
It would have to
the
be-
physical copy. It costs money to make CDs. It doesn't cost money to.
It would have to be.
I mean, the software is made.
the way that Xbox and PlayStation work at the moment, and even probably Steam, it would have to. Well, Steam doesn't have a physical edition. It would probably have to be like a temporary license, so like a license that would be available up until like the day your copy is supposed to ship. So
I
then,
honestly wouldn't even have a problem with that. Quite frankly.
I could see problems later down the line with that though. I ain't gonna lie.
But DVDs, well, I mean, DVDs are dying, but like the Blu-ray DVDs used to do it all the time. If you buy a Blu-ray DVD, it would have a digital code that you could use to play the digital code and never necessarily have to insert your DVD.
yeah, you see what their problem is that you could like hypothetically, if they did that, you could buy said game and then just trade it in. You could just trade in your physical. Hypothetically.
Yeah, it's kind of working
Okay,
backwards.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. You can just
Theoretically just sell it.
Trade
Yeah,
in for like
game
$5.
free.
so you're getting 2
Trade in
games. You get 2 games. You sell one to somebody else for like half price, and like you got the game for half price, and it's a sale that they missed out on. So that's why they don't do that. I get that they do it in movies, and I think it makes a little bit more sense with movies because most people keep their physical and digital copy
Movies,
of said movie.
Yeah.
But with video games, we know that that's not necessarily the case.
All right, now I might be in the same boat as Jube. I want it, but I kind of wanted the physical version of it.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. But anything else, Jube? Like you went on mute. So.
I have tried the finals. I've tried.
Not a fan.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the game of the gunplay in that game so far. It could
Gunplay's a
get
little
better.
weird. I give you
It
that.
is,
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
gunplay's a little weird.
What happened to your mic?
That-
What
that's-
happened to your camera? Camera was crispy a couple minutes ago. Now you looking like 1986. Just went to color.
It's that chrome filter, and he got his set so that way.
Okay.
If you don't have a decent camera, or sometimes you set it too high, it will turn you into a ghost.
You don't look like a ghost, but he looked like a 1990s fatback TV image quality.
Shut your ass.
Wow, that's fucked up.
I mean, I'm just telling you the image quality.
I'm trying. I'm fucking with it. That's why I was turning my camera off. I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for that retro look, you won. You got it.
No.
Like you know what you look like. You know what your image looks like. It's like the last time you watched the Cowboys win a Super Bowl.
Wow.
I was 5, bro. I was 5. I don't want to hear that shit.
That's what it looks like.
It ain't happened as an adult yet.
But
we still better than them Eagles, and I'm glad Kofi ain't here because he wouldn't hear the end of it. He absolutely would not hear the end of it. Mr. MVP couldn't even shake hands after the game. Jalen Hurts is trash. I said it.
Oh, he didn't shake hands after the game?
Oh, he ran into the locker room after the game, bro. He couldn't stay out there. He knew he got his ass whooped.
Oh, maybe his knee was bothering him.
Maybe it was.
It hurt too much to walk to the middle of the field.
Sure did. Garbage.
Oh.
But yeah, nothing too crazy.
Meanwhile, Nappy takes his loser sip of coffee or tea.
Who's number 1 in our division?
Who?
Oh, he's a Lions fan. He a Lions fan.
Yeah,
they got.
Y'all just lost to the Bears. Y'all are horrible.
We did lose to the Bears. I was a little disappointed about that one, but I don't care. We're still number 1.
Y'all lost to Justin Fields.
That's why I say
you're not a threat. Hey, guess what?
What?
We blowing y'all out by 22.
Sure.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we blowing y'all out too.
I honestly don't know because y'all both gonna be playing in the dome and both quarterbacks kind of sit in the same spot. I think
no, they don't. No, they don't. Are you really going to sit here and say that Jared Goff is better than Dak? Stop it.
Okay.
I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying they both kind of sit back. So the defense is kind of, they both get to tee off on the quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see.
We'll see. I kind of want to dive in, but at the same time, we got a game award to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna hit on these game awards. Now, me myself, I got to the point in Tales of Arise where the story just really started to pick up, and I made it through all the countries, I guess, or the regions. Got the Renaissance, and it's I guess it's like a halfway ending at that point almost.
Yep, their Tales are known for that.
Yeah, so it's like not really a true ending, but there's like a lot more game to play. But I feel like once you get to that point in the game, I feel like the game is very predatory. Because all right, so they have a lot.
Shouldn't I buy it?
I think if you like, if you don't mind like grinding like super hard, then yeah. But like there's like a lot of side quests that people send you on, right? So you beat the game, you go through the story or whatever, and once you make it through this point with the Renaissance and you get to the point where there's all these side quests, you're like around like level 40. I mean, I did some training and got my characters beef up, so like level 40, level 50, whatever. So you start going on the side quest. First side quest you hit, the base enemies inside the damn dungeon is like 65. And there's no region that you can just go in and just be like, I'm gonna train here to get to level 65 real fast. Like,
So you're gonna do
Oh.
that damage. I hate
So,
it.
I mean,
so what you kind of got to, so what they do is we have these level up packs right here. We got 2 level up packs where you can level up.
Do not buy those level 10 packs where they level you up by 10 levels.
Yes, so they got 2 level 10 packs, only 2. And then they have like 4 or 6 level 5 packs.
You don't need it.
And then I have a kid coming up. Then they have a growth pack, which I actually think you should probably buy at the beginning of the game, like when you first get it, because you get double EXP and double SP for every fight. What's up, champ? What do you want? All right, well, good night.
Oh.
Love you too.
Oh.
That's what. So if you're gonna buy Tales of Arise and you're gonna play it from the beginning, no matter what version of it, I would suggest you buy the Ultimate Edition, just because you get like all the stuff that you don't realize that you actually want. And then I would suggest that you purchase the growth pack instead of buying all that level up DLC.
You don't need the growth pack, man.
I think you do if you really want to hit all them dungeons up and not do a bunch of grinding.
I did.
You did the grinding though. How many hours did you beat it in?
Actually, let me pull up my Steam profile right now.
With all you cheated. You got a PC. You could cheat. Don't talk to me. I'm on console.
Just because I have a PC doesn't mean I cheat.
I didn't say you.
There is also the PLC.
You can level up faster than us common folk, and you know you
what?
Can. You know you can.
No, let me check my gameplay of this game. I have a total of 68 hours in the game.
Okay. What level are you at?
I'm at level 90 something. It was like 90 something.
Oh.
Because I completed I completed the one story that goes back to Tales of Berseria and Tales of Berseria and Visaria, where you get to fight 2 of the characters that you get to play as in those 2 games.
Okay.
And I went back and did the simulator extra dungeon fights. And after that, I was like done. And then I did the SAO online crap where they had the SAO crossover.
Well, I don't have access to any of that stuff because that's not in the Tales of Arise I'm playing.
Is it DLC related or what?
Those 2. So
those
after
are different games.
Game, of course.
What are you saying? Oh, go ahead. You
explain. Okay, so after you beat the whole game, there's actually 2 separate like special bosses that you could fight, or I would say sets of bosses. One of them it revolves the tale between 2 characters from Tales of Berseria and Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah.
Vesperia.
Yeah, so basically you play as the Earth Girl with the umbrella. You get to fight against her, and you get to fight against her brother, who happens to be the cursed dragon guy. And it's funny because they actually have a small interaction with each other, and then you get to fight both of them together at the same time. And then it's like a very memorable thing. And then they split their separate ways, but at the same time they lose their memories. So it was pretty interesting. And the second boss is like a simulation, which I'm not going to spoil who these bosses are, but it's basically beefed up versions of all the bosses that you fought before with all the elements. But then the final boss of that is actually a big surprise, I'll say.
But
so this game is abysmal. Like,
no, it's a fantastic story. But if you want to like do the side quests before going through the main quest, you kind of gotta. It
punishes you for doing side quests unless you grind.
Yeah, you gotta.
I can't agree.
Man, I went in some of these dungeons. I ain't stand a single what is it? That one Earth that one dungeon in the Earth Kingdom where you can't leave it once you go in.
So I mean, just go through the dungeon.
You can't. You can't
go through the dungeon.
You don't get your skills up. There's not enough CP and there's not enough CP or enough pineapple packs or peach packs to get you
apple packs, apple gels.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they call it. It ain't enough to get you through that damn dungeon. I make it pretty far through. But then you just run out of packs. You know what I'm saying?
So about this,
I mean, I'm 20 levels short of these monsters, and they ain't dying
It
Yeah.
sounds
fast.
like you're in the second half of the game, so I
Yeah, I'm
think
in
you
the
should
second.
go to the first objective and then grind there.
Yeah,
the
probably.
reason why I'm,
But
the
I
reason why I'm
see what
talking about this,
my concern is that if I do the first objective, I'm gonna end up in Linus. That was my concern.
the reason why
I was
I'm
more
talking-
concerned about the pacing.
Yeah,
the
you'll be
reason why
fine.
I'm
Just
talking about
I'm sorry.
this is because right now it's on discount.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
I would very much recommend the game. Like I love the story. The
I
story
can
is
buy it and buy Scarlet Nexus combined
Yeah, I've seen that.
for $20,
Yeah, I've seen
30
that.
euro.
Yeah, I've
So-
seen
Yeah, it's
that.
actually both good stories.
That's
Yeah.
a solid deal, bro. Scarlet Nexus is like that.
Well, he already had Scarlet Nexus though.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he already has
I
Scarlet Nexus.
used to, but I don't have it anymore.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, if you can
need
get them
to
both for
buy it.
like 20, go ahead and do that. That's
I love Scarlet
They're-
Nexus.
the amount of hours. I mean, at least from Tales, like the amount of hours you're gonna get from that is
Like me personally, I feel like Scarlet Nexus needs a sequel. It
does.
doesn't. It doesn't have to be with the same cast of characters per se. I kind of would like it with the same cast of characters because they do want to go to the moon and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's a game that is deserving of a sequel, and maybe it stays in that AA range with just a little bit more map, or maybe it does kind of go up to or with actual cutscenes, because they didn't really have cutscenes. They had like the comic book pages. But I mean that's a game I would love to see get a sequel. And I think it sold well enough to get one.
It did, and it was on
went-
Game Pass for the longest.
It wasn't on Game Pass for that long. I don't remember. It was like maybe
Yes,
like
it was.
maybe like a year.
2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. But I remember it finally made it to Game Pass. Like it took a while for it to make it because Microsoft had the marketing for it. And then like a couple years later it showed up in Game Pass. I just don't remember it being there for long. But I owned the game, so it didn't matter for me. So probably why I didn't. But yeah, great story, great concept. 2 main characters. You get to play as play through the story twice. One as each main character and get a different perspective of the same story. If you haven't played it yet, I would greatly recommend Scarlet Nexus. It's a really fun play.
Okay.
But with that said, I think we have some pretty long intros. Let me throw a timestamp on here, and we will get into our first topic of today. Boom. Sorry, fellas, this is not going to be a 2-hour podcast. We're already an hour in.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we did talk. Are we gonna cover the atrocious stuff or no?
You know what?
we can find time. We can find time to cover everything.
You know what?
We just
Let's
can't get stuck.
we
we just gotta move.
spell it weird.
Effing-tastic is like effing-tastic or something.
Yeah, fantastic, whatever the fuck. It don't matter. They don't exist anymore. But what does matter is that they sold a game. Said we're going out of business.
No,
Is my understanding?
the game is there. That there will be no updates.
Oh, the game
Like,
is there without updates.
If you bought this game, you got scammed, bro.
And the game is broken. Like when you say broken, it's broken.
Are you talking about the news game that came out, the fake zombie game with no zombies?
The day before.
The day before.
Oh, that zombie game with no zombies.
Yeah.
Shit.
That game, the quote-unquote Last of Us clone or whatsoever.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, wow.
is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh my god! When I saw that game, I feel sorry for everyone.
Excited. They sold them on a dream. If you think
That's
if
horrible.
you think Blue Box was bad, but Blue Box didn't get any money from consumers. But
Yeah, they
this
did.
one, Steam actually allowed them to sell it.
Well, it's
They sold it. Go ahead.
Well, it's a complete product. You know,
It's a complete
It's not
empty
good.
product.
It's not good.
it's not
It's a
good.
shell
Not good.
with it's like a pie with like nothing inside the pie. It's like an air pie or
It's
something.
all
Like
crust.
they sold you
It's
a
all-
game. They
all
didn't. They
crust.
just didn't sell you a good game.
They did sell you a product. Little misleading though,
But this
arguably,
is-
because I mean
Which
the towns are
one?
empty.
will Steam refund them?
2
Depends on-
hours of gameplay. But sometimes I've seen people go past 2 hours of gameplay and still was able to refund their games. Like it's sometimes it's a case by case basis, but the general rule is you have to own the game for less than 2 weeks and only have a maximum of about 2 hours of gameplay. But I've seen people somehow refunded Starfield after 6 hours of gameplay. I was shocked about that.
Yeah.
And that was because of some of the editor or the developers were saying that you like a lot of people were saying you need 8 or 10 hours into the game just to really experience the story. And Steam was like, yeah, that's too long. We'll let you refund it. So
with this one, what hurts so much is they nuked their account, they nuked their YouTube channel, they nuked their website, and I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but I saw something either $2 million or $20 million. They
made like 13, bro, and Dip said it.
13 million.
there's people like that in this world. There's people like that in the world. I mean,
Look, man.
you can't. I mean, the most you could do is try to come up there and get a community action lawsuit. But if they nuke their company and stuff, and just because they nuke their social media, I mean, it's not much you can do.
They can be found.
But
To me, what's crazy is that they actually got away with it.
Well, I mean, they're not
must
getting away with
have-
anything per se. They sold you a game. It's just a piece of trash, and
Servers are shit.
They
didn't.
they went under as a company. I mean,
No,
it
they
sucks.
didn't. No, they didn't sell them a game. The game was unfinished. The game was broken.
I mean, there's a lot, but I mean, we get AAA people that do that, and like publishing.
I'm gonna say when you say the game is unbroken, it'd be like broken is like you are unable to complete the story or complete the game.
like,
I've seen people play it. It's just like objectively bad.
Boring.
Yeah, it's boring and it's bad. Like, hit detection is horrible, AI is horrible, there's crashes, there's bugs. It is technically playable, quote unquote. And it's not, it remains to be seen if they're getting away with anything, because like the game dropped a few days ago. Like all of this is within a span of a week. So like we don't know what the outcome is or is it going to be just yet.
I'm expecting a lawsuit. Either a lawsuit or Steam is gonna refund the money, and maybe Steam is gonna go after them. Because
Valve is not going to go after them. They're if anything, if enough people ask for refunds, they will probably waive the whole 2 hour thing and just give everyone their money back.
Like
if they but you have to request it.
Like I would say, it's what they did was definitely bad faith and like knowing that you're going under, and then like basically didn't matter how well the game sold, you were closing next week. Like that's basically what it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy said it, like it feels awful lot like a scam.
It absolutely is.
Like it feels like this was.
You got to
purposeful.
think they piggybacked off of Last of Us fucking marketing buzz and clout, claiming to be like, oh, we're just like them. And
Yeah.
We're the factions you always wanted. We're the factions that they couldn't give.
Yeah, and look at us now.
But
they spent 5 years on this turd.
But here,
and I'm not convinced they did, bro. Like I think they spent a year. Told us they were working for 5 years and were working out
than a year
whatever way they were going to do. Like how we going to get rid of this?
Here,
you guys remember? You guys remember when Anthem said they were working for 5 years, but then it turns out that the actual development and actual like programming started like within that final year.
Exactly. And now
this one started within the final 3 months.
They were working for 5 years to figure out what the fuck kind of game they were trying to build.
So
as far as Anthem.
What I would say is, it is unfortunate.
Hold on, one second. One second.
Yeah.
We are buffering.
I can't do nothing about that.
No, we're back. I'm
about to say. I mean, it catches up no matter what, so you don't gotta.
Okay. I'm not gonna say anything.
But yeah. So it is unfortunate, but like Pharaoh always says, stop pre-ordering them damn games that you don't have good faith in that company. Unless you absolutely need that game day one, stop pre-ordering it. Let the game come out. Like let some people, professional people, review it you know, you don't have to care about the score, but you know, make sure you're getting something decent before you actually just go out and give a brand new company your money, or a company
Like,
that you never really played their games before. Like give it a shot, because even these big AAA publishers are messing up on their game.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like, we are, as gamers, we are a little bit too loyal to. I'll pre-order it. The game, like the trailer is fire. I'll pre-order that. You know,
I will say what I do personally, because one, this year has I put myself at a 3 games limit where I have to complete at least one of those 3 games a beginning playthrough, just to get an idea of what the game is and what the gameplay is.
yeah. I mean, I think that makes sense, because you know what I'm saying, you bought Gotham Knights, so that's where you probably learned your lesson.
Yes, I did. That was actually the beginning of the year, and but you know what? I did complete that whole game because the New Year's resolution was that I was going to put myself with I'm going to ride this out.
Yeah.
And I did.
But the thing is,
And the
thing is, when you do that though, by the time the other game that you want to play, you know, by the time you go to buy that, a good chance you'll get it at a discount as well, so you'll save money.
Yeah. Actually, what's crazy is I was supposed to I didn't get Hardcore Legacy because of my new rule. Like, I'm like, damn, this has been like almost a year's almost over with, and I'm like, damn, I haven't played Hardcore Legacy yet. Like, because of my rule, I haven't bought the Star Ocean 2 remake yet.
And when you buy it, you're gonna get it for like less than $40. Save yourself some money.
Yes.
Did y'all catch any of those Xbox sales?
Yeah,
PC.
I'm always.
Oh yeah, I saw the Microsoft store. Microsoft store
was $8.
What was $8?
$8 for the Immortals of Avum.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was $8 for the deluxe edition. Sure, $8.
I got you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
look, time is limited. Time is limited, man. And my rules help me out a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
I
3
keep,
games.
I keep telling people, you know, unless you have history with that company, like, just don't be so willing to freely give away your pre-ordered dollar. Like, you know, make them earn it.
Pre-ordering is a scam.
In some ways, it is.
We just need to wish. We can wish list things to show interest. We don't need to pre-order or anything.
Yeah, because what is it?
At the end of the day, whether the product's good or bad, if you pre-order it, they got their money already.
Because even a game like as big as Cyberpunk, like, I mean, GTA 6 could release a buggy mess for all we know. Like, it happens. You know, it happens. I don't want to point out games, but I'm just, you know, pointing future games. But it can definitely happen. It can happen with any game that's coming out. Shoot, Final Fantasy Rebirth could come out and have a game breaking bug day one, and I've already paid $380 for it because I bought the collection edition.
Same. You already know. We in that.
So,
we in that.
Yeah.
We need. We need to take pictures and post those drinks though.
Hey, I got my cloud bike right next to me. I don't know if anybody wants to see it, but I got it. Got the first collector's edition item. Maybe I'll grab it when someone else is talking. But yeah, I think that's my biggest takeaway from this whole situation is, like, I know you may be interested in the game, but if you don't have any previous relationship with that developer or publisher, let the game come out. See what it's really about. Maybe look at a review just to get a, like, not necessarily for a score, but just see, like, okay, is this something that's actually, like, decent so far that, you know, I'm still interested in it, and the review's telling me that they don't like it, but the game's, you know, it's a game. All right, I'll buy it anyway, and, you know, do that. But don't just be putting your hands out on some company that's gonna turn around and disappear a week later.
Even worse, pre-order bonuses aren't even good anymore.
The
Like,
pre-order
really no
bonuses
benefit.
are trash. Even for
They're
the
all
live
there is
service,
just skins.
even
They're
for the
skins,
live
that's all they
service
are.
games, even for the live service games, the pre-order bonuses are trash. Like, I haven't seen a
And they come out standalone after the fact.
there hasn't been a single pre-order bonus that I can remember recently that I'm like, this really enhanced my overall experience of the game versus if I didn't just buy the standard version. The only thing the only thing that a pre-order bonus gives me personally of value is if it gives me early access. Other than that, it doesn't really. And even early access is a scam. But I mean, it's better than
Yeah,
It used to be that was the thing. It's early access as well as like, I might not be able to find this game because I didn't pre-order it. Like that's just a non-factor
before the
nowadays.
main
yeah, when physical
before the digital age.
Yeah, before
Yeah,
the digital
before
age,
the
when everything was
digital age,
physical, you
Yeah.
needed to pre-order because
Yeah.
if
Like you wasn't getting Halo 3 unless you got that pre-order, but
you wasn't getting
gonna
that.
happen.
You wasn't getting that Mario 64 if you didn't pre-order it. You weren't just
Just
walking
wasn't gonna
in.
happen.
You weren't walking into Toys R Us and saying, "Can I get that N64?" Mario, Zelda, whatever you wanted, you had to pre-order that bad boy. If not, you was gonna be waiting for that next shipment to come in, and then you'd be lucky to get it on the next shipment.
Yeah. Example: this controller's been sold out for the past like 2 months. It's been out.
Yeah. So, but now that we're in this digital age, pre-orders are so unnecessary. I mean, they had a time and a place, but it's not a need.
Yeah,
now.
there's no scarcity. They're not gonna run out of digital copies of this fucking game.
Nope.
What they're gonna do is slow down. They're gonna bottleneck the servers and the internet connection.
The only thing that you got to pre-order is them damn collector's editions. If you're a collector's edition
That's
person,
the only thing.
that's it. But
To even because of how they're priced, you have to be a fan. Like I know Pharaoh fucks with Final Fantasy because he's willing to drop that bread.
yeah,
Them collector's editions for those especially are not cheap.
Well, first they're not cheap, but being that I bought the first one, which was kind of a risk because I didn't know what I was. I knew I was getting this motorcycle. Let me grab it since I'm talking about it. Yeah, being that I'm saying, ooh, there we go. It's actually the motorcycle is actually pretty good build quality. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Cloud's pretty cool. I
didn't know it moved. I didn't know the wheels moved.
Yeah, it totally moves. I don't want to rip Cloud's arms off. Yeah, you can turn this and everything. Yeah, the wheels roll. It's actually really solid build quality. It's like maybe like a good 7 pounds, 5-7 pounds. I like it.
Now part 3 needs to come with a replica Buster sword for that collector's edition. It better happen.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be another. All right. My guess right now is that it would be something, or it's gonna be Zach. It's gonna be Zach.
See,
it's gonna be Zach, or it's gonna be Tifa, because Tifa, Cloud, and Sephiroth were all born in Nibelheim. So
Yuki.
It depends on
Street Fighter 6
who,
joint.
It depends on who it depends on who does the collector's edition, because like you can still get. I think you can still get the Horizon Zero Dawn collector's edition at retail
for cheap.
and you can get you can get the Starfield collector's edition right now if you want to. So it's not edition collector.
You can't pre-order it.
If you don't get that thing, if you don't get that first weekend, you ain't getting it. It. But yeah. With that said, let's actually jump into our topics today. We think we're Iron Lord's podcast or something. Like we don't got work in the morning. So I actually don't have to go to work. I know you guys do though. So let's be respectful and let's do these VGA reactions. So I'm pretty sure most, if not all of us, watched the VGAs live or thereafter, or at least watched the trailers. So I'm gonna bounce around to people. What are your thoughts on the format of the show? Maybe favorite game, and what you like, what you disliked. And I am going to I'm gonna kick it off with a Zero, since he's probably the most impartial, since Nintendo doesn't do anything at these awards. They just accept whatever they win, and they don't show anything. Not really much of a marketing thing for them. So Zero, fire away. What were your thoughts in regards to Game Awards?
Well, I actually thought it was pretty good. Speaking of Nintendo, I actually thought it was a little surprising that they didn't announce anything. They don't usually have a heavy presence, but they will occasionally announce one or two something. I was largely expecting a Tears of the Kingdom add-on or DLC. So I'm very interested Which just to me just fuels rumors of like Switch 2's coming. We ain't saying nothing until we getting that stuff ready.
There's a Nintendo Direct where we'll get all that.
Yes,
It would have been fire if they showed the Switch 2 at the VGAs. I'm not gonna hold you.
Even just a
Oh,
silhouette.
Keely would have went nuts, bro. Like he'd went nuts.
Yeah,
They would have. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I've been holding out so long. As long as my Pro controllers can work on that new console.
Yeah, same. But I liked the show. I thought it was really good. Format as well. I think the one complaint that everybody seems to have, and that it was the speakers were not given enough time.
Speakers weren't given enough time, and not everyone
Chris
got to
Judge
come on
had way
stage
too
and
much
accept
time.
an award.
Yeah, Chris Judge had way too much time, but Game of the Year dude can't. Like, come on. He was supposed to go up there and announce the Xbox release. Couldn't even do that. He didn't have time.
Yeah, and this is like, I'm sitting watching with my girlfriend, and like she's just like, why do they keep cutting them off so quickly? And I was like,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
They had the sign up if you didn't see. Like they showed a Twitter sign where they said like wrap it up, and then after like hits 20 seconds, it starts blinking like with the wrap it up, and you're just they weren't. It was weird.
And then for like
in the pre-show can like crack terrible jokes for like an hour.
Hey, I like what's her name, Sydney. I'm cool with Sydney, dog. Like
I don't like her outfit.
I like her.
This is the second year in a row her outfit is absolutely atrocious.
Her outfit was better than last year's. Okay, I'll give her that because that pink one was really bad, but this one wasn't so bad.
All right, so I would I get your criticism, and I'm sure everyone else have the same criticism. And kind of what my thinking is kind of what Keely is attempting to do is he's trying to keep the format into a certain time format that he can ultimately eventually maybe sell the VGA rights to like a CBS or NBC or Fox and get it on network television.
Oh, absolutely.
It used to be on Spike
TV.
Be
forever long. Yeah, like
it was on TV.
Yeah, but I don't think it was on TV when Keely had control of it.
No, he revived it.
Yeah,
so he's part of the people that revived it.
Yeah, so I think Keely's trying to get it back to a format, and when it was on TV, it wasn't on a major network. I think he's trying to get it to a point where it's on a major network. Because
I completely understand. I get it. It's just like it, particularly this one was very noticeable. And I watch a lot of the award shows. Like I do the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the Emmys. Like it's very noticeable, and I would hope that Keely is a little clever about how he's doing this, because if you want to put it on network TV, that's perfectly fine. But you have to completely understand that there's a good portion of the people who you're bringing here whose English is not their first language.
Yeah.
Which means they're going to talk slower, or they're going to need a translator, and you have to build in time for that. Like no one should be punished because English isn't their first language.
And then also, if you do get it to network television, there's no way network television is going to let you do all those awards and not have anybody come up on stage to get them.
Exactly. Because like, what are we tuning in for?
Yeah, they did pass by. They did pass by a majority of the topics.
The only thing that needs to be passed by is esports. Don't give a fuck.
I think I would guess at least 70% of people that won an award did not get to grace the stage. That would be my guess.
Yeah, that was.
But otherwise, I know it's still a long work in progress, so I am not ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But there is clearly some still work that needs to be done. So hopefully, Keely listens to the criticisms and makes changes for next year. I love Kojima and Jordan Peele, but they just got up there and said a bunch of nothing. It's just a bunch of nothing. Like I'm excited that two of these people are working together, but you could just told me that, and I would be excited regardless.
But
who else is working?
But Kojima's his boy. Like that's his boy. Like if Pharaoh, if you got up on stage is making a video game with John David Washington, you got 10 minutes, bro. Take your time.
But we understand that with Kojima, he never shows much when he first shows a game. Like when we first saw Death Stranding, we had no idea what Death Stranding was. We just saw like a pregnant dude.
Yeah. Again, what it is it's
Yeah,
Oh,
we
because
saw a little bit
it's
of gameplay. No,
it's
we didn't. We saw
When we
no,
first saw
we
Death
just saw people
Stranding,
talking.
yeah, when we
Uh,
first, I'm talking about the
we saw
very first time we
cutscenes. We
saw
saw
it.
cutscenes.
Yeah, we
We
first
saw
saw it.
cutscenes.
They showed us something, but we had no idea exactly what we were looking at. We was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, we just knew it was Kojima, and we was, it's more like a trust thing with him. Like we trust Kojima at
Yeah.
this point.
So like Cooley's up there, but it's a lot more talking than I probably needed to be. With that being said, though, like the games, I was impressed by. The things they showed. Of course, you know what? My actual most anticipated game is the thing. What is it? Tales of Kinzera Zhao,
Okay.
which is the game made by I believe he's South African. I could
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Oh,
know
yeah.
what you're talking
Yeah, his
about.
his little story with his dad, it tugged on the heartstrings a little bit, and I was like, yeah, man, I had to get that day one.
And I've been
Yeah.
screaming this probably since I came onto this show. Like I would really like for other people to do games set in other cultures that feature other gods.
Yeah.
This is it. So I got to stand by what I believe in. Like this is the thing that I'd like to see. I'm so happy that he didn't. He could have just gone back to Greece or Norse or anywhere else, and was like, "Thank you." Like I'm excited for that.
No, but
outside
the
of
thing
that,
is, the game looked good though. Like it was
and it looks really
yeah,
good.
the game looked good. Like,
Yeah.
like upgraded version of Prince of Persia.
Yeah, like
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
solid.
It's actually upgraded version of Ori.
It looked a lot like Ori as well. It's like
Yeah.
they put some work into this, so I'm gonna be there.
Hey, he was tearing up on
Well,
that stage. I mean, that was like his pride and joy. This is like his first time ever. So
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I'll say is EA originals don't really miss. When they push an EA original on the stage, them EA originals typically to be pretty good. I think It Takes Two was an EA original.
Is
I'd
it?
be surprised.
I think it is. No Way Out was an EA original. That was a really good game.
It is. It Take Two isn't it? So was Unravel.
Yeah, they do.
A Way Out. Yeah.
When EA originals be lit, even though like there's basically like a second party deal, but they don't put any of them originals out there that's trash. It got to be a good game. Whoever runs that program, they do a really good job of picking out talent and pushing them to the front. I give them credit on that.
Promising. Otherwise, Monster Hunter Wilds, I'm so excited for. I Monster Hunter back into my life.
Well, that's more of it's more of a console.
It's the console version of Monster Hunter. It is probably the sequel to Monster Hunter World
versus Monster Hunter Rise, which is more for the handheld audience. It's more designed for handheld, but it was ported to PS5 and Xbox and PC eventually.
No, PC actually got it first before Xbox and PlayStation.
I'm not saying who got it first. I'm just saying it made it to the other platforms eventually, but it was originally handheld.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Nappy and I will be in there day one.
I definitely will.
It looked beautiful
in the face.
It looked beautiful. Yeah,
it does.
But it looked beautiful, but it looked like it's gonna be a Switch 2 game at the same time. It didn't look so like next gen that it wouldn't run on what the Switch 2 is gonna be.
I will give
that would make sense.
I will. I mean, kind of, because I know the NVIDIA chip that they're using, and it is capable for a mobile chip, but I don't think it's that capable. But then again, a Capcom engine, that RE engine is really flexible.
You downscale it just a little bit, but I mean, and the screen size, but that's what I'm saying. The graphical quality looks just enough that it's gonna look great on PlayStation 5 and Xbox, but it's also gonna be good enough to run on a Switch 2.
If the Switch 2 can't run Monster Hunter World, then I can't agree. It has to be able to at least be able to run Monster Hunter World.
Definitely got to be able to run World. If we not,
Well, they say it's gonna be as powerful as a PS4 Pro and an Xbox Series. Not Xbox Series, Xbox One X. That's what they're saying.
That NVIDIA chip, I mean,
comparable. They say it's gonna be comparable to the Steam Deck. Basically, is what they've been saying. I'm not saying it's gonna be as powerful as Steam Deck, but it says it's gonna be comparable. It's gonna be in the range. That's what they're saying.
So we'll see.
You don't gotta buy what they're selling, but that's what the words on the street is. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying because they already kind of confirmed the NVIDIA chip they're using, and it's not the latest and greatest, but it's also not like 16.
Yeah,
it's like 2020, 2021, which is still a little behind, but plot passable.
Well, Nintendo, they like to make a profit day one. They're not on that Xbox and PlayStation type of time. We're going to make a profit year 3. Like, no, we're going to sell this Switch 2 at a profit. So we're going to go,
Wow.
we're going to put in that 2019 chip, and y'all going to like it. Y'all going to get these graphics that we're going to give y'all, and we're going to have Mario jumping up and down on these mushrooms. Y'all going to like it. Any third party y'all get. Well, we not here for the third party. We're here for Mario and Zelda. Gonna rock with it.
We'll see.
Or you not.
We will see how it works out because it's not coming until 2025. So we got quite a long time to see how it goes from there. But outside of that, I'll let other people talk about some of the other exciting things. But I know that Jube and I are pretty excited for that Sega Remaster Collection. Looks absolutely fantastic. It's very odd that they are redoing Streets of Rage, since Streets of Rage 4 isn't that long ago and it's really good. But that Golden Axe
had
looks
me at
cool.
Golden Axe, bro.
Yes, when I saw Golden Axe,
Golden Axe was good.
Right.
I was like, Golden Axe, Crazy Taxi, and Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the Sega thing's awesome. And as a huge fan of StarCraft, I'm very interested in the game Stormgate, which is by a couple of StarCraft creators. I've been hoping Blizzard would do something with StarCraft for quite some time now. I don't know what they're doing. Doesn't seem to be the case. Who knows? Maybe Xbox will get them there. But Stormgate looks fun. So, I'm looking forward to that. Really, congratulations to all the winners. I don't think there's anything... I didn't find anything too shocking except for Cyberpunk winning Best Ongoing.
Game of the year. Yes, best ongoing game of the year.
I actually didn't find that shocking because when I saw that they were there, knowing that they weren't supposed to be there, it just gave me the feeling that we're giving you this award.
Which is possibly true, yeah.
Because why are you in a category that you don't belong in?
Yeah.
Unless you're getting the award. It just...
DLC great though. I mean, 25 hours worth of DLC content. It's really good.
Yeah. And a patch
game
and a patch with it that improved a lot of gameplay stuff too. So
yeah, and
they added a train ride. You can now ride on the train.
Yeah, you can
Subway.
I think they had to do that, because David met Lucy on the train. People want to kind of people that jumped into Cyberpunk because of Edge Runners. They want to be able to ride the train and shit. They want to be able to go to all the locations, and so I think that's part of it.
You also can lay in bed and talk to your little waifu or love interest.
Dang.
Okay. Yeah, people were excited about that. There's a lot of lonely people out here.
I think people just want to live in the world. Like they get, I think Edge Runners did something to people. I know it did something to me. I love that show. I gotta watch it
I can't watch it again. It's too emotional for me.
See, exactly. It did something to you. That's what I'm saying. I think Edge Runners did something to people, and they want to kind of live in that world now. I think
you got attached to David, and it's just like, ooh.
Well, I don't think it was just David. It's just Night City and the way that they presented it. All
the characters in general. It was just sad. It was they were in a fucked up world, and it was just
but
so sad. I installed a mod pack where basically I did a bunch of. I spawned 50 Atom Smashers, and I just played the song and just went ham on all 50 of them.
I think people fell in love with Night City. I think they really did a good job of making Night City the star of this world.
Rebecca, the girl that everyone needs, but everyone ignores Rebecca for Lucy. They say they want Rebecca, but then they ignore the Rebecca for Lucy, man.
I mean, but there's nothing wrong with Lucy. Lucy was good.
She had a hard time expressing her emotions, man. Rebecca was day one.
They both had a hard time.
Trying
to... Her and David both had a hard time. I mean, the whole concept was that they were both trying to save each other. but they both were, but neither one of them were communicating like that goal to each other, and they kind
What
of
game
got
are you
lost.
talking about?
We're talking about Cyberpunk. We're talking about Edge Runners, the show. For Cyberpunk. But yeah,
let's see it.
You really should. It's a really good show. It's only like 10 episodes. It's more like a movie than a TV show. But yeah, it's David doesn't have a dream, but he takes on other people's dreams. That's his downfall. Lucy, she is a former corpo slave, child slave, and she sees that they kind of want to do the same thing to David, and she like gives up her entire life to like protect him, but she doesn't tell him that she's protecting him, and because of that, everything goes to hell. And that's Cyberpunk for you.
If you enjoy Cyberpunk, watch this anime, Akuma's Rise.
Akuma's Rise?
Yeah, look it up.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
But yeah. Let's see who's the net. Oh, since we got you to talking, Nappy, what are your thoughts on the VGAs? So we got being that three of our topics revolve around Sega, Blade, and Kojima. What are your favorite games outside of those? Or favorite things that you saw outside of those, and things you didn't like.
Okay, so I would say that overall the Game Awards was better than last year's. I definitely did notice that like there was a lot of commercials for games. One thing I also would notice is that we did get to see the gameplays in the trailers, but it was like pre-recorded gameplay ish. I kind of wanted to like see more sit down people actually playing. That's something I would like to see at the Game Awards. I think they should, instead of having all these, but I'm saying like I think it's like one of those things where like sit down and like have someone actually go through like a small section of the game will be really cool, rather than like just having this pre-recorded sci-fi flashy doors explosion, guns blazing.
Yeah, them days are gone.
Like
I don't think they want to have that mess up on stage, because back in the days you used to have those mess ups on stage, like where like something didn't boot properly or whatever.
Hey man, you gotta get your game ready. You gotta get your game ready.
Dang.
I mean, I saw all the little slander. I saw the Kratos did a little slander towards Call of Duty, which Activision wasn't happy about. Later on, they admitted
it wasn't total slander. He just said that
it wasn't total slander, but they made a big deal about it, which
the campaign
was funny.
Was short,
like his speech, like he's gonna keep his speech for like campaign,
yeah.
Which I thought was funny.
You say it was bad.
The nominees, they definitely did rush through some of the nominees, like the best fighting games. Like I was a little shocked that they kind of like rushed through all of them, but then they just showed off, and then they showed off a bunch of like. I would say I enjoyed the music of videos. The Alan Wake 2 music video was kind of like what is this? Why is this a thing? No offense, but I mean it was cool and all, it was okay, but I was like, why is he does he want to be a game developer or music? Is this something he wanted to do in theater? I just didn't catch on. Plus I didn't play Alan Wake 2, so I was just like, okay, whatever.
I would say the only reason I know that sequence is like I think in the game. Like it's a whole musical sequence that like plays almost exactly like it does on the stage.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was just kind of like, why is this a whole music video? Like the other reveal for the other game, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I mean, they finally about to show like release and show some gameplay. Thank God. Even though they didn't show much, I think they should have showed a little bit more. And also seeing Fluke Guy just going at it. I enjoy watching Fluke Guy. Fluke Guy A1 number 1 game of the year guy. Standing on the side, just going from his regular flute to his bass flute to wherever the hell that giant flute was at the end. He was just going ham. I appreciate Fluke Guy. Fluke Guy A1 number 1 musician. And also I do like the reveals. Definitely enjoyed. Like I said, I definitely enjoyed Sega. Like a Sega coming in with 5 remakes, because Sega was like, so we heard you guys like remakes. Let me dive into my pocket real quick. Here we go. 5 remakes that we're currently making. I'm like, oh, this is great. still don't sleep on Skies of Arcadia. You know, Skies of Arcadia. I mean,
Well,
that would be an awesome remake.
You
They
missed
did,
on
they
the,
did say a new era, bro. Like
you
they're not
missed-
just
you-
talking about just those games.
You missed on the and more. They said and more. You know, they showed the
Mhm.
5, and they said we got more than this 5, but here's a 5.
Yeah, so
here's the 5 that we ready to talk about.
yeah, so that Blade is. I was so excited for Blade. I'm like, this is finally this is going to be great. Of course, the Monster Hunter when they show up Monster Hunter, and that's going to be available in 2025. I'm excited for that. Also, I was shocked about Fortnite. I have yet to play Fortnite, but it looks like Fortnite is trying to become the next Roblox by adding in different modes, like the Lego mode.
Well,
I was like,
No,
that
they're
was Fortnite?
they're almost at 100 million players, bro.
I wouldn't
after
say
adding racing and shit. That's crazy.
I think what they're doing is kind of smart. I don't think they're really trying to become like Roblox, because Roblox is user created content. This is like, it's like we're gonna release new games inside of Fortnite. So we're not asking people to buy a new game or download a new game per se. We're asking you, like, we're gonna advertise to you to tap into Lego Fortnite and this racing game that's already inside of the Fortnite that you have.
that's
I think it's kind of
but
brilliant.
people are also building their own game modes and shit in this though.
Oh, they
yeah,
are?
because they said they're increasing their own engine. They're opening the Unreal Engine. They're basically like
already
a
been
watered
opened
down
up.
version of Unreal Engine inside Fortnite for
Yeah.
you to build games.
There's
Oh, okay.
Fortnite creation tools. It's almost like Dreams, bro. Like people are building a bunch of different things. So,
Yeah, so I was just shocked about that. I'm like, maybe I should probably download Fortnite because especially the Lego thing. I kind of like those little survival, like little quirky games. And
Yeah, Lego Fortnite
my
look
friend-
good. Look good. I'm not gonna hold
I was just shocked, and I was really shocked about that. And also they with the racing game when they partner up with damn, I can't even think of that
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
They partnered up with Rocket League and made a racing game. I'm like,
and it's all
fuck?
in Fortnite. Yeah,
Now
it's all
it
in
is
Fortnite.
it is 500 V-bucks per car though. Keep that in mind.
ooh,
Oh, it's-
yeah,
oh,
I think
it's
that's cool.
the
Free to
V-Bucks
play.
It's super predatory. It is super predatory, but it is brilliant at the same time.
I mean, oh god, I can't imagine. Do they have V-Bucks for Legos too?
They were saying
Yeah,
that
it's a given.
They were saying that it costs like $40 to get like a certain car or something like that in the Fortnite game, in the Fortnite whatever the Fortnite racing game is.
Oh,
Like, it's
I mean,
predatory, but it doesn't
it's
make
kind
it
of
any
working.
less
They're
funny.
kind of up there on that mobile level. On that mobile level, gotcha. Because if the mobile market's still dominating all the gaming industry,
Yeah.
like it or not.
But the thing is, Fortnite is
the-
mobile. Fortnite is on your phone, and
Oh shit, it
an-
is.
a- another-
Them-
another thing that happened right before our show kicked off is Epic won against Google.
what?
That's
Yeah,
crazy. I
Epic-
need to look into that.
Epic won against Google, and in the next month, I mean, it's not one of our major topics, but you know, it literally happened right before the show. And next month, they are gonna meet with the judge on how they are going to move forward now that they have beaten Google. And now that they have beaten Google, they are going to beat Apple, because if one's running a monopoly, the other is running a monopoly. So, with that, you know, that pretty much means the Xbox Store app is going to be on Apple and Google probably sometime this summer or fall.
This is gonna be interesting, but yeah, I was just shocked about Fortnite though.
That also bodes well for whatever mobile store Microsoft is working on.
It's the Xbox
This-
store.
Yeah.
That's not, the mobile store that Microsoft is working on is going to be Xbox branded.
Yeah, of
Yes, it
course.
is.
But like, but this is still a good thing for that.
Yeah.
'Cause they have monopolies. We're not going to pretend like they
Because
don't. There are two major app stores.
I don't
It's
think
Google or Apple. That's it.
I think Epic is doing the fight, but I don't think Epic's going to make their own store.
No.
No, they just want to download the games. They don't want to pay that like 30% price cut,
Yeah.
and plus all their
They don't
V-Bucks and stuff. They don't
Yeah.
want to pay that portion off as
Like,
well.
I think they're more. I think they, once they started that fight, they were more than willing to like beat Google so that they would one, make more money, and like being like Microsoft did help them in those court cases because they wanted in on it too. So I think they're more than fine with like running their stuff through the Xbox store, because
Yeah.
they're like they
And-
probably only have to pay like 15 or 20%.
And here's the thing with that, we as consumers win because V-Bucks are going to get cheaper.
Yeah.
They're
Hopefully.
expensive as they are because of the platforms that
Well, V-Bucks,
they have the pricing for the V-Bucks still has to tie into the royalty that they have to pay for whatever fucking platform that you have.
they still have to get over the Sony hurdle with that too. There's
Yeah, because Sony cuts that 30% cut.
Is Sony going to look foolish though if they have the most expensive V-Bucks out of everybody in this game?
Yes, they would. Yes, they would.
Well, apparently the contract that they have with Fortnite with Epic is that it can't be cheaper anywhere else. So like PlayStation sets the rate basically at the moment.
Not good. I bet you that European fucking lawsuit they got going on might shed some light on that. Like we seen some change.
Yeah, and also remember if Sony feels like they're losing money because everyone's playing the game on a certain platform rather than their platform, that's cross-platform according to their contracts.
Yeah,
because Square Enix got stuck in this contract with Outriders.
Yeah, so
the company has to pay the difference.
Yeah, they have to pay for potential lost customers.
That's insane. That shouldn't be okay.
Yeah,
that's Sony's contracts for you. That's why you don't see cross-play with Sony as much.
Yeah. So that all came out in the Epic case. All that news came out. All that broke in the Epic case that goes.
I wish the FTC would investigate that instead of still trying to fight this lost war against fucking Microsoft and ABK.
But back to the VGAs because we want to keep this show under 3 hours. Snappy.
Okay. Let me end this with saying this.
You're the one that literally talked about that. Like,
well, we're talking about breaking news, and I got to get us back on track.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
I got to keep us on track.
Okay. But back to the thing. Also, overall, I'm glad that Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year. Honestly, that was the one game. If it wasn't that, I will say that Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom was a solid second. I would give Alan Wake 2 or Legends of Zelda. They could have switched between second and third. I would give Spider-Man 4th and Resident Evil 4 Remake 5 because it's a remake. I don't think it deserves to be Game of the Year. Honestly, it's a good game, but
nowhere near Game of the Year, bro. Stop that.
So
no. Oh wait, so you want Spider-Man as 5th?
Spider-Man shouldn't have been in the running. It's nowhere near Game of the Year.
Oh yeah, okay, but yeah, so okay, well, I was just being nice.
Well, where Spider-Man was, we know exactly
level
what
of
game should have been
disrespect to Mario Wonder.
Exactly. It's
I forgot all about Mario Wonder. That should not exist.
Dang, now if you hate Mario Wonder, where's like
I forgot all about it.
I don't know how true it was, but on Twitter, people like to talk trash. But
oh my god, the Sony people were so fun. At Sony Xbox, it was funny.
But it seems that like the VGAs is just not very kind to Insomniac. Apparently, like Insomniac is like 0 for 27. Like since
they don't ever win shit, bro.
Since falling under Sony, they haven't won a single award at the VGAs. They've been nominated for 27, but they haven't won any.
Yeah,
they made some really good games.
They did, but
I think Ratchet would at least get one. At least Ratchet as like a platformer, because not too many platformers come out.
No, I don't think Ratchet won either.
That's what I'm saying. They're 0 for 27 since joining Sony. But you would think at least Ratchet would have got
even
one.
Even before joining Sony, they just never won Game of the Year.
I'm not talking Game of the Year. They've never won any category. Period. They're
outside of game. Outside of whatchamacallit, they did. They actually got. They won. If I forget, that developer award. If I remember correctly.
Well, like I said, I don't know how true it is, but it's just
I will say this:
they get snubbed pretty much is the main thing.
I will say this: Amazing Spider-Man 2, Jack of all trades, master of none. That's what I'm gonna leave. That's what I'm gonna leave Spider-Man 2 as.
No. Here's the main thing. Spider-Man's spot should have been Hogwarts Legacy. We all know it. We all fucking know it.
Hogwarts Legacy should have been on there.
Spider-Man shouldn't.
Hogwarts Legacy should have had.
Hogwarts Legacy should have gone taken Resident Evil spot.
At minimum. Okay, I'll interchange.
All right,
those two.
so
Actually, I'll keep Resident Evil spot. Take Mario spot out. I'm
Nah.
sorry.
Whoa, whoa!
all right.
Are we taking shots?
I'm not gonna say what game should have been or shouldn't have been there, but what I will say is that
All right.
Hogwarts Legacy should have had the awards show that God of War had, where they were just like taking award after award after award. That should have been
Yeah, I even voted for it.
that should have
over
been
Spider-Man for whatchamacallit, a player choice
No,
award.
action adventure game. I was surprised. Action adventure game they lost.
Hogwarts Legacy should have walked out with 5 or 6 awards last week.
Easily.
It should have
Highest selling
Clearly
game
it
of the
was
year, and you
biased.
win nothing.
Yeah,
You win nothing.
It
You
should
weren't
have.
even invited. That's a sad thing.
Yeah, it should have won at least 5 or 6. And
Yeah,
you know what? I hope because I know they're making a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy, and I hope when they do make the sequel, I don't care how good or bad the game is. I hope the VGA just kind of corrects itself and just gives them all the awards they deserve.
they're not gonna do that.
They're not, but I hope they do because those
hope
guys,
as well.
those developers deserved it, bro.
Yeah.
They
do.
made the game of the year. Like, I know it may not be the highest rated, but they made the game of the year. They made the game that captured the hearts and minds of gamers, in a way that no one else did. I understand.
Baldur's Gate 3 called my minds in a different way, man.
Baldur's Gate is a great game. It's a smaller game as far as scale than to Hogwarts Legacy. It's not as big of a game. It's not selling nearly as much. It's not. The IP is they're totally different levels. I'm not saying that Baldur's Gate is a bad game. I'm not knocking it, but Hogwarts is a much bigger game. It was a lot more pressure on them to do well. Baldur's Gate had 3 years to make that game with community help. I gotta give
5 years.
well, whatever. They had plenty of time. Hogwarts, they deserve their flowers. Is all I'm saying. The
Hogwarts deserve to be there. That they kind of screwed over Hogwarts. And also, I'm gonna end my statement with this: Xbox people. It's just I find it funny when they respond to PlayStation people by saying, "Hey, High Five Rush won one award. How many Amazing Spider-Man 2 won?"
It's not the Amazing Spider-Man 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is an Activision game. We own that.
Yeah.
It's Spider-Man 2. It's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. All the Xbox people were like, "Hey, High Five Rush won an award. How many did Spider-Man 2 won?" Just like what?
What did High Five Rush win?
It's funny.
Best? No, it didn't win best score. But I
It
know
was like best audio. It was like best audio or something. I was surprised they lost. They lost to Final Fantasy 16 when it came to actual music.
I
understand because Square Enix music is really good.
Have you listened to Final Fantasy 16 music? Amazing.
Well, I'm actually bought tickets to DC in March of 2024, so I'm going to a Final Fantasy orchestra where they're going to play all the Final Fantasy music.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not going to play all of it. They're not going to play all of it, but they're going to play a good amount. You'll enjoy it.
Yes,
I enjoyed it.
Yes, I will.
I went to the one in Orlando last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was cool. It was good to get out of the state and go somewhere warm to watch it, as opposed to being in this shitty ass winter hell that we're going to be in for the next 3 months. So.
The DMV is not that bad, man. Come on now.
It's bad. It's bad enough. Anything 40 and below is bad enough. I'm a summer guy. Not gonna lie. But with that said, I'm gonna get Jube's reactions to the VGAs. How do you feel? I know for you, I know Xbox won a couple of awards, but I know for you it's more about the extras, which will have their own topics as well. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the VGAs as a show, and some awards that you like, some previews, trailers that you like?
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna start off as a show, as an award show. Hot ass, terrible.
I agree.
Terrible award show. Is it great marketing for things?
Amazing
Yes.
marketing.
Is it a great place for reveals? Yes, but the fact that you skip, we were in the middle of a fighting game renaissance this year, and you don't give them no stage time.
Very true.
They're relegated to B-roll. Fuck you very much, Jeff. fuck you very much for
Yeah.
that. I appreciate it.
Especially that Mortal Kombat 1 story.
Bruh.
Come on now.
Bruh.
Like Mortal Kombat 1 has a phenomenal story.
It is great.
Come
I'm
on
enjoying
now.
I haven't played a lot of it, but I'm enjoying my time. You know?
Yeah.
And I actually just tested out Omni-Man a couple of days ago, and it's a whole another thing. But yeah, as an award show, hot ass garbage.
Mortal Kombat losing to Street Fighter. What's your thought on that?
What?
That was a shocker.
What's up?
Mortal Kombat losing to Street Fighter.
That was
What's
not
your
a, that was not a that was not a shocker at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, no, not a shocker. Street Fighter
Okay.
6 is a better game. It's a better game.
The only thing
Just is.
the only thing I'll give Mortal Kombat over Street Fighter is that it has more story elements versus
Yep.
like
Mortal Kombat has better story for sure, but as a game,
yeah.
it's
But,
Street Fighter. It's just what it is. Is it close? Yeah. I'm not saying like Street Fighter's running away with it, but this is the best Street Fighter we've had since 4.
I
There have been
heard today
there
they're
is a
adding
better
Baki.
Mortal Kombat game. Huh?
I heard today they're adding Baki. I don't know if that's true
To
or not.
what?
Street Fighter.
No way.
Heard Baki's coming. I know they're doing Spy
No way.
X, but I heard Baki's on the way.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna be in it. Will there be like stuff for your avatar for him? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's probably
We'll see.
costumes.
if they add
It'll be a
Baki,
costume.
if they add Baki, it's a wrap. I'm gonna have to.
Because they don't really add characters.
But they're adding
I
Spy
wonder
X.
if
They're adding Spy X.
She's not in. I
wonder
don't
if
think she's
she's
going to
not.
be in the game proper.
Okay.
It's just a collaboration.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
yours not
saying.
going to be specific. But she's not going to be. I highly doubt she's going to be a playable character.
Watch it be
I
like a
could be
cam.
wrong.
It might be a cami skin or something. You know, it's
Hey,
gonna
yeah.
there's gonna be some kind of skin. So
I have a question. Is Homelander going to come back? Because after that whole strike thing, the actor, they kind of lost the rights to Homelander because of that whole strike thing. Because he
What do
originally
you-
was supposed to go
what do you mean?
for Mortal Kombat. Like
He's,
originally,
he's still-
he's still in the past.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
just
being
not
voiced.
Anthony
He's not
Starr's
being
just not
voiced by
voicing him.
Anthony
Yeah,
Starr.
Anthony
Yeah.
Starr said he's willing to do it.
No, Anthony Starr told people go play Call of Duty if you want to hear his voice.
Yeah, anyone hear my voice can play Call of Duty, bro.
Yeah, but he did say he
yeah.
did say he was willing to do Homelander though. He said I'm willing
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
Now,
gotta pay him.
Does Capcom want to open up?
he's one of my favorite actors, man. If y'all haven't watched Banshee, watch Banshee. Banshee's lit.
Yeah, he's good. As far as like reveals and stuff, obviously Blade is the big one for me. Or one of the big ones for me rather. What else? Of course the Sega stuff. I was expecting them to announce a partnership of some kind, but them coming out with games is also just fine.
So I heard you like remakes.
So I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think a
Sega
partnership.
remakes.
I don't think something like a partnership would get announced on a VGA stage. I think that'd be more for their own stage.
I mean,
That-
what I
that-
mean is like, what if they got bought? That could have been a VGA thing.
I don't think
It
that.
could've.
I don't think that. I mean, has it ever happened on a VGA stage? They usually announce that stuff on their own stage or on their own wire platform, or whatever.
You got to let people know, man. But yeah, Blade was huge. The game from the No Man's Sky devs, the Light No Fire, which is basically just No Man's Sky on one planet.
Yeah, that shit looked interesting.
It did.
It
It looks
did.
interesting. I don't trust Hello Games after.
I won't say it
How
looks
No
good,
Man's
but I
Sky
will say it
started.
looks interesting. Because I mean, it's just
Yep.
it just feels like very open worldy. Like you just kind of do what you want in it, but it's not really like no real beginning or end to it. It's just like open
Right.
world.
I am excited for OD. I honestly feel I don't know if y'all noticed the PT door that was in this, that was on that shit.
Yeah, I
Like,
saw it in her
that-
iris. Yeah.
Yeah, like no, like even when they stepped out on stage, like
Yeah.
Kojima and Jordan Peele stepped out of the door from PT.
Yeah, we're going to get on that when we get to that topic.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
I
ain't
need
gonna
to know. I need to know what other bigwigs are involved in that. Like I need this to be like the Mount Rushmore of like horror creators. And that's what I want.
Throw
them all up
I'm
there.
gonna save it till we get to that topic, but I am feeling pretty good about that one.
What else?
Hellblade 2?
Hellblade 2, yes. That looks crazy. We gotta play it. I know you were talking trash about the combat.
I'm gonna absolutely talk trash about it.
All right, so
Let's wait until my
like
time.
showing combat, all you're doing is showing animation. And I think when people say show combat, of course you want the animations to look good, but like when you're like, it's all about how it feels in your hand, like when you're actually playing, like
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not something you can tell.
Yes, how responsive is the combat? Like, you know,
No, because the core of the gameplay by itself was dog shit. Like it
Okay,
was boring.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
So
okay, but we
you're
don't know if this one will
so
be.
you're
We don't know
so
if this one will be though.
that's what I'm saying. So you're going off of your gameplay experience. So unless they gave you a new animation set, which probably wouldn't have been
No.
in line with, you know, like what that character's fighting style is, it had to be something totally different to give you a different feel for the combat. Like I understand,
No.
like combat can be.
They hired some new person for combat apparently, and they promised a different combat style, and we didn't get it. So I'm genuinely disappointed.
You don't know that we didn't get it. Though. You only know what you
I mean,
saw.
I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna. Okay, how about this? I'm gonna play it, and if it's the same combat, I'm gonna come here and say, "I told
And you know what? We need to timestamp this. You are 100% okay for doing that. Like, if it's the same and it's bad, then it's bad.
Okay.
You know, we ain't gonna hide it. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it. We damn sure ain't gonna damage control for it if it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying the combat's gonna be good or bad, but I'm just saying like combat's kind of hard to convey. Like you're more so looking at the animations than you are like getting a true feel for what the combat actually is. Like the animations could look amazing, but the combat be horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, it can go either way when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how much I wanted Metaphor until I realized how much I wanted Metaphor.
Oh yeah,
that
Metaphor
game
look amazing.
That game looks really good, and they made sure to let you know that like all the heavy hitters in anime and video games that we could get, we assembled for this game. Like, like every time a guy's or lady's name popped up, it was popped up and associated with like the best game or TV show or movie they've worked on, which is pretty cool.
Facts.
How is this not Persona 6? I have no idea.
It's because it's not. It's just not Persona 6.
I know, but it looks so close to Persona.
I don't think it looks like Persona.
Tasted.
Persona is like more of like a school thing. This doesn't. Metaphor didn't
Persona,
like a school thing.
Persona is usually school age kids. That's the point.
It usually is, but you can always deviate from it.
Then it wouldn't be Persona.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Metaphor looked something. It looked a lot more grown up than what a Persona game.
Yeah, it looks more grown up Persona.
Yeah.
And
then
the story looks totally different than what a Persona game would be as well.
Also, the combat is gonna be different. It's gonna be actually and turn-based at the same time. That's gonna be fantastic. Interesting to see.
Well,
we don't know. It could be real good or it could be real bad. We'll see.
Hey, as long as you follow the Final Fantasy VII Remake template,
I agree.
Then you're doing all right.
Yep. As far as I got 3 more highlights. Sorry, there's a lot that I like.
You're good. You're good.
I have to throw Black Myth up there. Just
seeing
it.
Black Myth looked really good. I was surprised that it was up there without marketing rights, though.
It wasn't. It just showed all of it, and which is fine. That's how it honestly.
No, but you know, like it's a big game that people's been anticipating. Like you would think someone would have snatched up the marketing rights for it and let you know, like Xbox snatched up the marketing rights for Metaphor. We saw that on.
Oh, they got the marketing rights for all Atlas games right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they got P3. They got Persona 3 too.
I'm saying we saw that on the stage. I'm just surprised with like Black Myth. Really, I'm surprised it wasn't already locked down as Sony marketing rights. Honestly,
yeah, that's true.
That was surprising to me. Like, because to me it feels like a Sony game. So for it not to have the marketing rights already like locked up is kind of surprising to me.
Absolutely.
We don't know who it's marketing with, right?
They're not marketing with anyone currently because it would have showed on.
They showed all 3 platforms.
Yeah,
they would have focused on just one. The first Berserker looks fucking dope.
That did look really good.
Yeah.
That looked really
Yeah,
fucking
that
looked
did.
good.
Like the cell shade with like the photorealistic back. Like
Yeah.
I fucks with that art style. I'm sold on that.
This was the best
that was
game
good.
awards as far as advertisements go.
Absolutely.
They did way too much advertising.
I'm saying
They did so much advertising.
but the advertising that they did, like I don't remember there being like a single game like, why is this game up here? Whereas last year, I'm like, I don't want to see this game. Like this game looks like dog shit. I didn't get that feeling with any of these games. All of them looked like really good games.
I know Kofi and probably Zero are gonna fuck with a Mecha Break. I'm in there.
You know it.
I'm in there.
Yeah, there was one like Gundam looking game that looked like absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah,
It was
the
Mecha
Gundam
Break.
game did look good.
That Gundam, I don't know, it looked like fucking Gundams.
It did, but it's not.
looked
I thought
good.
it was Zone of when I was looking at it, I thought it was Zone of Enders.
I thought it was Gundams for a second. Because they looked like Gundams. They like Gundam might want to sue. It looks so much like Gundam.
I might say that, and also Tenkaichi King.
Don't call it. It's Sparking Zero. Get that name right.
Sparking Zero. I got to get used to it. But I'm like, it's based off of Tenkaichi gameplay. So I'm like,
they opened up the trailer saying Tenkaichi, bro. I'm just saying.
I mean, but Tenkaichi is just the name of the tournament.
I know, but I'm just saying they did open up. Saying
you're right.
Tenkaichi. But the game,
Zero got some unfinished business. So we might have to settle that.
The game looked dope.
We in there.
The game looked dope, but at the same time, it was like, how many times are you really gonna
have to play through the Raditz saga?
Yeah, are you gonna sell me like the same game?
Just go straight to the tournament of power and just call it a day.
What I want is a game that goes from Dragon Ball all the way through. That's what I want.
Well, I'm sorry. What? Excuse me.
I want a game that goes from Dragon Ball, aka Kid Goku, all the way through.
I'm sorry. To Black Frieza,
all the way through.
All right, so
start at the beginning. Don't start me at Raditz because that is not the beginning. Start me at Dragon Ball.
See, I think the issue is that Dragon Ball is kind of pedo and it's kind of too mature. It's like more mature than Dragon Ball Z was. People don't like realize that.
But I mean,
just because Goku tapped Bulma first doesn't mean anything. Okay, it doesn't make it much more mature.
I'm just saying that there's a lot of there's a lot of lines that people today aren't comfortable flirting with.
That's okay. So what? Bulma, Flash, Master Roshi. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I still want it. I still want it.
She was like what, 14 years old at the time? That's what I'm saying. Like that's why people don't touch it. Like it's still out there and available for you guys to watch, and it's still amazing, an amazing show. But I'm just saying.
I forgot she was 14.
but yeah,
they don't even have to show none of that though. They don't have to touch on that.
It was never a point apart. The only thing that was slightly important that was perverted was when what's his name wished for a pair of panties. That was probably the one critical thing.
When Oolong wished for the most comfortable pair of underwear.
But I'm just saying that's why we don't see a lot of people touch on Dragon Ball and they just start at Dragon Ball Z. A lot of people like mass media acts like Dragon Ball doesn't exist. Even though it does.
Because Kakarot should absolutely have a Dragon Ball arc. And the fact that it doesn't, it's kind of hurtful.
Yeah.
Like that was your game to do it in. That was 100% your game. All the mini games and shit. Like I wouldn't mind running around with Krillin and shit delivering fucking milk.
Even the Saiyan Saga, even the Saiyan Saga had stuff that they didn't really want to touch on that they skipped in DBZ Kakarot. Like they skipped out on Gohan being nude, like when he transformed to the monkey and all that. Like they didn't want to deal with that. So
I'm about to say,
but here's the thing: they could cleverly do it. Like put a leaf, bro. You just need something in the way. Even in the manga, like his tail would be ever so slightly in the way. Like there's things you can do.
I'll just say this: if Bandai Namco can take Sword Art Online with all the sexual assault things that happened during the show and in the manga, and somehow recreate the story, then they could do it with Dragon Ball. Because Sword Art Online, oh my god,
I'm not.
Oh my god,
I'm not saying they can't, but I'm just clearly we just see they don't want to touch it. That's all I'm saying. For better or worse, they don't want to touch it. I would love to be like little Goku and fight the Red Ribbon Army because that was like That's like one of the dopest things Goku did was take down the whole Red Ribbon Army.
People always talking about Goku don't be killing. That little boy was murdering niggas. Like, we're not gonna
Whole towns.
He has a body count. Like, people always like, oh man, he only killed like a monster in Boo and Z. Like, no, that man killed
That
dozens,
boy,
if not hundreds. That
boy.
boy killed dozens, if not hundreds, of human adult, people.
He was a kid. He didn't realize what killing was yet.
Nah, bro. Oh, you blew up in your robot and there was no trace of you. He knew exactly what he was doing.
he knew he wasn't sensing those power levels no more.
Actually, I don't think he could sense power levels during that time. He couldn't sense power level.
From there is General Tao, because everybody else is dead.
And it's crazy because we get all
I mean,
like,
Dr. Jerome.
we just got that Gohan Red Ribbon movie, and people don't know like the real history of the Red Ribbon Army. Like they just know it from Android Saga.
Exactly. Like they don't know this little boy had an entire organized syndicate shook.
They don't know Goku really had ops out there.
Goku had one Kamehameha and he just wrecked havoc. And with micro form a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bro was a whole mass murderer.
I hate that the power pole disappeared. I hate that Nimbus no longer gets used.
No. All the elements from like Sun Wukong went away.
Yeah, so
after Dragon Ball.
No. We're back on track. Back on track. Jubei, you are done. Your time is done. Omar, what were your thoughts on the VGAs, and what did you like?
Oh yeah.
What did you dislike?
Aside from Hellblade, we're gonna skip that. I was genuinely surprised by that African game. Like when he was talking, I was like, I was genuinely not expecting something to look so good or look to be played so good. Like, I'm super excited about this one. Another game I'm also excited about is Exodus. I'm not sure if I'm saying correct.
Exodus.
Exodus, thank you.
Yeah.
Another one I'm interested in Light No Fire from No Man's Sky developers.
Yeah,
I never played No Man's Sky, but I hope they learned the lesson.
Hey, No Man's Sky is actually good now. It's better than Starfield.
Well, I think this second game is going to be a lot better at launch than No Man's Sky was. I mean, No Man's Sky was like their first attempt at like something like that.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna make promises now. They can't.
Now they have
make sure on them.
Now they have the budget and the staff to actually be able to deliver more than what they had at the time. So I think the game will be better than No Man's Sky launched.
Yeah, and another game I'm super excited about, and for the first time, this studio is gonna be on PlayStation. More Studio. The next game looking incredible. I'm super excited to play it.
I'm not.
Hey, you do you?
You heard the stories about Moon. I honestly don't feel like giving them no money.
I also heard the story about Activision. I also heard the story about Activision.
I hear you. Those studio heads though are still firmly in place and entrenched. They haven't changed. At least we know Bobby is getting the axe.
Real talk, Activision is far worse than Moon. Activision literally had a person kill themselves because of it. So let's not go there.
They're getting rid of that. Moon still has the exact same dudes and they ain't changing. So nah, I'm good. They don't need my money.
But that Moon Studios game did look amazing. I will say that much.
I'm not saying it don't. I will buy that shit when it's $15 or in Game Pass. That's what we do.
Their game, their game looked amazing. I'll give them credit. Regardless of what may be happening behind the scenes, the game looked good.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm super the show was amazing from game standpoint, but structure standpoint, it's terrible. And when I say terrible, I truly mean it terrible.
You got no
between
time for Game of the Year, none.
between what you said, Jubei, how that you guys had the fighting renaissance, like say that, talk about it, celebrate it. Don't say the fighting game is blah 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 and keep it moving.
I will go as far as to say, if they're gonna snub Hogwarts Legacy, that it should have came down between a Street Fighter 6 and Baldur's Gate 3 for Game of the Year. It can't just be a story-based game. It can't just be an RPG or action adventure or some type of story-based game that gets it every year. I know you have your rare exceptions, but I think the rare exception this year could have been Street Fighter 6 for Game of the Year, because the fighting genre is back stronger than ever. That new Guilty Gear
No,
Strive
I'm,
DLC
I'm
look
not.
good.
I'm not even talking about Game of the Year.
But I'm just saying in general, like this, like if there was ever going to be a time that a fighting game won Game of the Year, like they should have had one of them nominated. Because
It
I
would
think
have never.
what
Go ahead.
what is Street Fighter's meta, like a 93 or a 91? I know it's an odd number. I think
It's high.
yeah, it's like a 93 or a 91. So like if it was any year for them to get that.
My biggest.
so-
Go ahead.
Street Fighter was a 92. There is
Okay.
absolutely no reason you don't give them stage time. That it was a slap in the face. As a fighting game fan,
My
still mad
so
about it.
how about this? What if you create an award where no game is allowed to win in a single what we call it, in every single category? Like
Then that
if
that kind of defeats the point. Like, because you can have movies win in different categories, but there are specific categories where just some movies just don't go. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, I
you
think
can't necessarily limit
I'm
it, but I
trying
see
to
where you're
give
going. Like I see
as
where you're going.
many developers an award
I
as
feel you.
possible.
no, because then
I
at
feel
that
you.
point it's like a participation trophy. At that
Is
point,
it though?
in a way, like if you can only get if you're saying that every game only gets to be nominated for one category, so that we make sure that everyone has a chance at an award, it kind of it's like a
Like I mean, because what if you had like best graphics and game of the year? You can only get one, even though what if you were both? Like you come into situations like that. So like
Yeah.
I get what
Mhm.
you're saying, but for in like award show, but they don't have enough genres, to be honest. Where was best platformer, bro? Like they need to expand the genre. What you're saying can be done, but it's done by expanding the amount of categories.
what they need
Yeah,
to do is
best-
stop convoluting the damn RPG category with games
Like,
that aren't RPG.
Exactly, but I also want best art director or best like game director or executive producer. I want like you got to award these people. Like okay, you get best performance, right? But there's other things that are deserving of recognition that goes into games. Where's best studio?
Also,
Where's best publisher? Like there's so many things you can do.
also stop Hollywood it. Like we're gamers, not Hollywood.
I get that, but we're also bigger than Hollywood.
We are
that's the other
bigger.
thing. So, but like I said, Oscars has time for everybody. I don't know how they do it, but they do, and that's a fuck
But
ton of content to get through.
instead of doing this whole Muppet thing,
Yeah, it's there. The time could have been spent, but they want to do like antics and theatrics, like you said, like the Muppets and shit,
and that's why I'm trying
And-
to say remove
and
that.
having Chris Judge come out and talk shit about Call of Duty for 8 minutes. Like, didn't have to do that.
I don't think he should be allowed on the stage again unless he actually wins an award.
Bro, the Botox in that man's face scares the shit
And
out of me.
I don't have nothing,
Yeah, it does.
I don't have nothing against him, but he does typically tend to run longer than anyone else that graces the stage.
And I'll let Omar get back to this point, but just to point out just how big fighting games were, Street Fighter V was a 77. You go from a 77 to a 92 for the next fucking game. You tell me you don't get stage time for that.
Remind me if I'm wrong, but didn't 5 come with either the single player section?
There was
game?
no story mode. Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
five didn't launch well, but it got better over time.
Precisely. Yeah. What would you put 5 now? Like complete now?
5 complete. If
Yeah.
we're looking at the whole pantheon right now, the pantheon is still Third Strike, 4, 6, 2, and 5. 5 is at the end.
I take. I'm gonna put 6 above 4.
know
Okay.
Like I follow your whole like third,
I
6,
feel you.
4.
I feel you. It's just 4 for what it was. Is still
Yeah,
special.
it revitalized.
It's still special because it was
Yeah.
it was like, yo, welcome to modern Street Fighter.
And
Yeah.
there,
And Third Strike ain't going nowhere. That's number one for me forever.
Okay.
It's never going anywhere.
all these animes getting, all these games getting TV shows and stuff, they really missing out on a good Street Fighter TV show. Like the characters,
They really
the
are.
character set for Street Fighters, all like every time I see, like there's so many good Street Fighter shows and movies. But
Hey, I mean,
There is the one
reach out to
with
Netflix. Netflix trying to reboot every single anime and video game
well,
IP.
don't
so.
do
There is
live
the
action.
one-
Don't do live action. We need the anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is the one, and you need it to be mature. There is the one
No,
with
Street Fighter. There's a really old one.
Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 has a really mature anime.
But
there is the one with Shang-Li and Vegas.
yeah, you're talking about the
Street Fighter 2.
you're talking about the movie, but there's a Street Fighter TV show that came out like I think 90s, and it's like Ken and Ryu, and like they're traveling the world together. Like young Ryu and Ken, like they pretty much just left the dojo, and that show is great. I would recommend it if you guys can still find it. I haven't watched it in a long time, but yeah, that shit is fire. But that's
So yeah. By the way, shout out for PlayStation for not PlayStation only, PlayStation and Square for 2 DLCs. One God of War DLC for free. Let's go. And the other one is Final Fantasy 16 DLC. Which, if you play the game, it actually makes sense.
It does, but it doesn't add. I mean, it doesn't add to the like ending or anything. It's literally just stuff that was cut content that they're charging us for. They did the same thing with 15.
It adds to the story. Yeah.
But it's still cut content.
Yeah, it is
It's
cut
absolutely
content.
should have
Yeah.
been in the game.
Yeah, because they didn't
100%.
they didn't make that. It didn't take them that long to make that content. Like
It didn't. It was already in the game.
It was
They
already
cut it out.
it was already done. Like because the game came out in what, June?
Yep.
Ain't no way you made a full DLC in less than
Two, not because don't forget the other one comes out in like 3 or 4 months after.
Yeah,
after
there's no way you did that. There's no way
no
you
way.
did that with that little bit of dev time. So it was already done, or it was already like
No,
like they were like
either
doing
already
finishing
done,
touches.
or it's been finished on by a different team.
It was
with-
it was close to done. Like it was being polished. It's been done.
Like
though.
when this DLC has the Buster Sword in it, like it was already in the game. All these weapons are in the game.
Yeah, I think the Buster Sword is there just kind of remind people that 7's coming out in 2 months. Basically.
Yeah. That's on. Which again, don't get me started on 7 Rebirth trailer. Oof.
Yeah,
But it's spoilery, so watch out.
I'm
if
tired.
you're.
I'm tired of all the Rebirth. I'm tired of it.
What do you mean tired?
you gotta go radio silent.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it anymore. I already bought it. I don't want it. Like I'm a fan of it. I don't want to see it.
I agree. I agree. They showed way too much. They spoiled so much stuff to the point where you're like, come on, leave stuff for the game.
And
after they showed Zach, that was like, okay, you did too much.
Like, y'all stay.
Y'all showed out too much.
I think during the VGA,
y'all showed Zach.
They showed Jesse, and I think they showed Zach like huddling over like Aerith being knocked out or something like that. Like she was asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of that was a clear giveaway of something. I don't want to say it, but I was like, we get it, we understand what y'all were trying to do, but now you guys just kind of told everything, and now I already know what's going to change.
I don't think they
So-
told
Wait,
every.
really, do you?
I don't think they told
I am-
everything.
I have a strong prediction of what's going to change, but
Yeah, we all have our predictions, but we don't like because
I'm
I
genuinely
don't.
curious what they're gonna do.
Me personally, I don't think Aerith is gonna die this game. So, you know,
I don't think she's
Um,
going to die either. I think they're going to make it somehow where she stays alive.
I don't.
It would be interesting.
I still believe she ultimately dies. I just don't think she dies in this game.
Oh.
That's
Oh, it says this is a 3-parter, so
Yeah, it's a
I can
3-part.
see that.
yeah. I don't think she
That would
dies.
be
She did-
interesting.
I mean,
By
she
the
did
way-
get stabbed, so
She's not gonna get stabbed in the Forbidden City this time. I do not believe that
But-
happens. I believe that Zack saves her.
yeah,
By the way,
agreed.
shout out to a new Blade game, but I'm curious how the gameplay is gonna be. I know it's action adventure.
That's our next topic,
But-
and we're gonna roll right into it. Thank
Oh,
you, Omar.
Okay. I didn't know, but okay, go ahead.
All right, so for topic number 2, 2 hours in, topic number 2. How y'all like that? Let's see. So, yeah, topic number 2, Blade 2 Xbox. It's being made by Arcane Leon, the A studio of Arcane, because there's 2 studios. There's Arcane Leon. Those are the ones who made Deathloop and Dishonored. And you got Arcane Austin. They're most notably recognized for what was Redfall.
Or just screw Dishonor and Dishonor 2. You're just going to say
that wasn't
go over
that wasn't Arcane.
That was Leon.
That was Leon.
That wasn't.
That's what I was saying.
Austin.
Arcane Leon is known for Dishonored and Deathloop. The other one is known for, got the Blade trailer. I got a lot of people on just all of gaming excited. I've seen PlayStation people excited. I've seen Xbox people excited. I've seen PC people excited. Everyone's excited about Blade coming back, and I think a part of that is just the character himself is he's like the perfect character for a video game. He's not too strong, but he's not too weak. He uses swords, he uses guns, and he's good with hand-to-hand combat. He has a little bit of super ability, but he's not overpowered. Like, he's kind of like that perfect character. I think that's kind of what people love about it. But then they also see that Arcane Leon is making it, and if we know anything about Arcane, they primarily make almost like a cell shade blend, but it's not going to let Jubei kick off and talk about it since he's like the biggest Xbox fan here. So Jubei, what are your thoughts on seeing Blade and knowing that Arcane Leon is going to?
I was just happy we're getting a Marvel game on this side, man. That's not, Avengers.
So
I am excited to see. Like, I think hopefully, I mean, it being third person means. This is so hard. I don't know what this game is gonna even look like even gameplay wise.
Well, I think it's gonna look. I think Disney's gonna have a little bit of a say in how it looks.
Yeah, especially the actor they got to play as Blade. That's was reboot Blade.
Off top. I need that rave song from Blade 1 in this game somewhere. Gotta have.
I remember that.
I need to walk into a nightclub and have that fucking rave song playing and go to town.
I'm cool with Blade. But me personally, Spawn would have been it. I need something darker. I need something even darker than Blade. I need that Spawn.
Spawn would have been tight.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Spawn would have had me going crazy.
But Blade ain't bad.
Blade not bad at all.
It should still be gory. You know what I mean? Like, it's
vampires. It got to be gory.
Yeah, it should be a fun time. I don't expect an empty world because this ain't fucking Redfall. Like, they're walking amongst the people. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
I wonder how much daytime they're gonna
yeah,
feature in this game.
But he is the daywalker. You have to
I know,
walk around in the daytime.
But the thing is, there's no action that'll take place during the daytime. I mean, I guess there's a little bit that could take place. It depends on what story they go with.
Yeah.
I'm about to say there was some daytime actions. Heck, they even had all the sewer runs. Oh my god, those sewers. That was violent.
But that's not really daytime if you're under in the sewer. You're not fighting in the day. But yeah, I'm excited for the game. I'll say that much. But yeah,
I honestly hope it works out. Like, it ain't. It's not gonna. It's not gonna be Spider-Man. You know. Like the other thing is traversal. How are we gonna? You know, how big is this? How big is this map gonna be? Like, how big are these areas gonna be? Is it gonna be more linear? Because I mean, this nigga has 2 feet and a car. That's about it. You know.
Yeah, he doesn't have. I can jump 50 feet in the air and all that other stuff.
Like he could jump like 10.
I mean,
he could jump like 10
jump
feet.
high.
He can jump high.
He could jump like 10 to 20 feet. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like crazy high.
That's what I'm saying. He's not jumping 50 feet like onto like like skyscrapers or anything like that. Like he's
hell no.
He's more grounded. That's my whole point. He has some super ability, but he's more grounded than most other superheroes.
Now who's gonna be the villain? Because technically Deacon Frost could still be in there.
Yeah,
or they might say it's Dracula. Who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, hey, it's a video game series, so they can reboot the whole story and have a video game story. So
I don't know. I honestly think it's gonna be Deacon Frost.
I think it's a little too early, but I'm just excited that they're kind of doing it. I'm gonna bump it down to 0 because he sent some messages to the chat when that game debuted on the VGA screen. So 0, what were your thoughts when you saw?
Oh, I'm hyped, man. Like I love Blade, the character. He's probably one of the more of a Marvel character who's got a movie. Like the more popular but still unknown character. Most people don't know what his first name is.
His story isn't oversaturated into the market.
I wouldn't even say oversaturated. It's not saturated.
Yeah.
It's not saturated at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, they don't mention maybe in the third one. They don't mention his first name at all in any 3 of those movies.
They don't.
They don't say Eric at all?
Not at all.
Eric, you gonna put some respect on Eric Brooks' name?
Yeah, like Eric.
I was like Eric Brooks, but still, like they don't say. You said they don't say his first name. Like, wait, they don't say Eric?
No, just like in general, like when they're just hanging out talking.
His name is Eric. I had no idea.
Yeah, his name.
Oh my god! No, if you say you're a gangster, but your real name is Clarence.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you- like, all right.
most
They
people
said
don't.
it in the movie though. They
Okay.
They,
But
like
you-
remember when he met the vampire that looks like his mom or his mom.
Like
That,
called
then
him
that
Eric.
you might be right on that. Yeah.
just like
So I look forward to this game. It looks to also be taking place in somewhere southern. So like I think that.
Apparently,
no, I think
Paris.
it's
in
taking
Paris.
place in Paris.
Oh, excuse me, France. Sorry, not southern. France.
Yeah, France.
Which I think opens up a lot of opportunity from a Blade perspective. Like I think we'll be spending some time in the catacombs, which might get you away from the sort of daylight thing. If it doesn't matter. Like any monster they create can be in the daylight. Blade doesn't just hunt vampires. He just exclusively also hunts them. Like he's got the marketing rights on hunting vampires. It doesn't mean he can't hunt other creatures.
Yeah.
Nah.
And I was gonna say,
so like,
as far as Jubei being concerned about the map, being that they're based in Paris and
You're right. I forgot about
the
that.
game's taking place in Paris, they're probably gonna do like actual city mapping. Like they're probably like gonna be riding around like one of them Google Map cars and like actually like doing that and then porting it into the game.
yeah, and frankly, I wouldn't mind next year for this
It
thing.
doesn't
I don't know
need
if
to
we
be-
need that for this.
It doesn't need to be Spider-Man because
Exactly.
there's no way to fast travel around the world in the way that Spider-Man could. Whereas like
Yeah.
it's still part of the gameplay.
So I'm hoping understands this. But aren't they the same guys who did Dishonored?
Yeah, they done Dishonored
Yeah.
and Deathloop.
Okay.
That's like the
And Deathloop.
Okay.
most recent. That's what that studio has done.
Look forward to what Blade has got coming. From a comic perspective, I love the idea that like more people are going to be reintroduced to him.
Mhm.
He's awesome in Midnight Suns. If you haven't played that, he's great.
He's tight.
So it's great to see him out there. And people talk about superhero fatigue. That may or may not, your mileage may vary. What I like is that like superhero games are getting to be made with some level of solid quality. And so Spider-Man and then Guardians, and then if Blade can sort of continue this trend, like that looks promising for whatever else it may be. And I'm hopeful. Actually, I feel pretty confident this game, while like have some level of Disney influence, it probably won't have a lot of the MCU influence, considering like we don't know when we're going to see that movie. So it gets to stand on its own.
2025.
I would say if that depends, based on how these reshoots are sounding. So
Yeah,
like
'cause,
the team can do their own thing without the weight of like, well, you got to like make him do X, Y, and Z because we want to tie it into whatever movie we're doing.
I'm pretty sure
So-
that the Blade movie isn't going to take place in Paris. So I think there's going to be quite a contrast between the two.
Oh, I have absolutely no doubt. But it's not the setting; it's just sort of like the overall thing. Because you can feel it a little bit in Guardians. It is 100% there in Avengers.
Yeah.
So I would prefer them to do. There are 100 different Blades, like there are 100 different other Spider-Man or X-Men. Just make an original story that you are not beholden to the powers that be to like fit in.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there.
You have the canvas. You know how the verse works. Just to feed the Disney beast, go ahead and make Wesley Snipes and Marshala Ali.
Or voice actors.
Give me the Wesley Snipes skin.
That
I,
voice.
I wonder how Wesley Snipes going to feel about that. I mean,
Wesley Snipes need to worry about paying his taxes. I don't care how you feel about
I
it.
no, he did his jail time. He doesn't have to pay
I don't-
taxes. He said,
I don't-
"Fuck
I
that shit. I'm paying."
And the other thing I would be very curious is if this game is going to expand its own little universe, similar to sort of how Spider-Man is, where like some things may or may not be connected, but like clearly the Avengers exist in that world. Like, who exists in this Blades world? And like, are we going to have references to them, or will we be meeting them? The Midnight Suns personally is what I would be hoping for, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think the only way there's going to be crossover is if Microsoft bought 2 IPs from them. That's the only way I think there'd be crossover. So, like how like Sony is doing Spider-Man and Wolverine. I would think if there's a crossover between another like Marvel main character, it would be because they purchased them. I think you only really see villain.
Well, what I would be curious about is like main characters. What does that mean for a business? Like, does that mean a top tier character? Because if I put in Johnny Blaze, main-ish, but most people have completely forgotten about Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Or if I put in Magic, who is a mutant, but if you just keep it at Magic, you got your own thing there. So I think that's why I'm curious, like who else on the side of Blade will be in this movie, be in this game, and like how do they exist in the world?
Yeah.
Because like what other side characters you gonna put in that aren't villains?
Yeah. And it doesn't have to amount to anything. Like, I don't think that the reference to the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and Spider-Man will ever really amount to anything. They're just nice nods. Same with the Wakandan Embassy. But so, who are those characters who are going to be nodded at, specifically in Paris?
Yep. I mean, actually, you know what? Go ahead and go full send. I need niggas in Paris to be on the soundtrack.
Oh my god!
I just know that this was the first game that Zero saw that he texted the chat and was like, "I'm gonna have to buy an Xbox."
Listen, I was watching the trailer. I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, I thought I had an idea, and I can't remember what I was thinking it was. I was not at all expecting Blade.
I
Like,
honestly
not
thought
even
it was.
close.
I thought it was Dishonored 3, and I'm like, hold on. There's
Wait,
too much modern.
I didn't
Wait,
think
Too much
hold up.
modernness.
Did you guys not see the leak though? It was already leaked.
No,
Nope.
Nope,
I
we have
didn't
not.
share it with you guys because I wanted you to be surprised, but it was already leaked. Xbox people talked about it and PlayStation people talked about it
Yeah, I mean,
before the show.
No,
was
I was
kinda here.
radio silent until the show. So.
I was kind of hearing some things, but I wasn't really like paying it any mind. So I mean, I was
Yeah.
surprised when I saw it up there. But as someone who wasn't surprised, what did you think, Omar, when you saw?
So first of all, can we take his card now? FC Violent is in the chat.
Oh, FC
What up,
FC
dog?
is in the chat.
Can we
Man.
take it? Can
What?
we take his card away from this podcast now?
What? Oh wow.
FC's in the chat, but he's not in the chat. What's going
He
on?
is
What's
not
going
in the
on?
chat. He was
What-
This
in the
man's supposed
chat.
to be out here studying. What you doing, bro? What you doing
What's
in
going
here?
on?
Yeah. Let us know.
Appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate you coming through.
But talking about the game, it's dog shit. Xbox is dog shit. That's what people would think I would say. But real talk, I'm excited. Why? Because I'm new to the IP.
And he
Like,
already got the PC for it, so you don't care.
I have a PC
Yeah, you
for
got a
it.
4070. Rocking that 4070, man.
Yeah, so absolutely I'm gonna be day one. But I wanna see gameplay for it, and also the most thing I am feeling is now the AI. Cause I have seen them AI in Deathloop, and boy they look rough. So I hope for a better AI, and this one is absolutely gonna surprise me. Cause I don't know anything about its powers, the villain. So I'm banking on either origin story or a continuation. But they gotta do an origin story because
Yeah, give us an origin story that's just based in video games, bro. Like it doesn't have to be based on like you have the lore, like, but it can be its own thing. It doesn't have to be anything
It
crazy.
yeah.
don't got to be a full origin, but yeah, you can get people familiar with him and his story. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do an origin story, don't throw Dracula on us though. Game one, that's what I would say.
Yeah, that would have to be like after like post credits, like
like a teaser.
I sent it like kind of like Thanos being like, yeah, I got to do this myself. You know what I mean? Like,
But I'm pretty sure this game is not gonna come out 2026, 2027.
At this point, it looks. I mean, if they just announced it and if they just started development on it, my guess it is going to be a cross-platform or cross-gen launch title. So it'll come out on the Xbox Series X and S, but it'll also be on. They said they plan on making a new console by 2028. So it's 2023 now. If they just started this year, 5 to 6 years dev time, we're looking
Could be one of those like cross-gen games.
That's what I'm
possibly.
saying. That's what I'm saying. We're looking at a cross-gen title at this point, realistically.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about it. Want to see what the fuss is about, and I'm all about the gameplay. Show me gameplay, and then I'm gonna decide if it looks good or if it doesn't.
I mean, if they really, ooh, that game is gonna. If they nail the combat, oh my gosh.
Hey, Spider-Man did it. I am.
Well,
Spider-Man
only really has one combat style, though. You don't have to like do multiple different styles.
Square and triangle.
No, it's not. It's not a button thing. It's just,
Yeah. You attack, you dodge, and you attack some more.
But like everything that Spider-Man does is pretty much hand-to-hand combat and webs. So it's
and the traversal. So I question how the game is gonna be.
Yeah, so I don't think traversal is gonna be much of a thing because he doesn't, you just give him a car.
He has a car.
He has a car.
He has a car.
You're gonna drive.
He can somewhat He can parkour somewhat. So
yeah, he might have a little bit of that, but I mean, he's kind of like Batman in the sense he kind of pulls up, except he don't got like the wingsuit to fly around and all that. He don't got the.
You know what it needs to be? I don't know if you guys ever played the Spider-Man, the one where you play 4 ways. Uh, Enter the Dimension, I think. Shattered Dimension
Shattered Dimensions.
is called Spider-Man Noir. You can focus on all 3 types of gameplay. Like make it linear, no issue.
I don't know if it's kind of open city like the Getaway. That'd be kind of tough. I ain't gonna hold you.
No. I don't want it to be an open city. Make it linear.
It can still be
Make it
linear.
linear.
It can still be linear, but have
Actually, you might be onto something.
Yeah.
That's honestly how they have to do it.
yeah, they're linear, but it's still an open city for you to kind of.
It has to be
Explore
open
and
city but you have to break it down into like linear chunks, like when you're exploring it. It's not like
Yeah.
So you go into areas and stuff like that. Yeah, that would work.
and it could even take place over one night, like in Batman. It doesn't have to be multiple days, like because all the Batman games are like one evening a piece
Yeah.
with all this shit happening.
Which is crazy when you think about it. So yeah, it's a fresh IP, and Xbox and Bethesda and the ball in the corner. Let's see what they do with it. And I really hope they knock it out of the park. Because I'm not a comic reader, but I love superhero games. The more the merrier.
Not to be great.
yeah, that'll be so much of a disappointment.
Nappy. Blade to Xbox and PC.
I am excited. Well, I wasn't when it was going to happen because at first I was still waiting on how the Blade movie was going to be done. But saying that we're going to get a video game like playing in London, possibly, it was just like, yeah, this seems like an awesome game.
Not London.
I'm sorry, not London, Paris.
Yeah,
oh my god,
we in Paris. We're going to the Louvre, baby.
Play hand-to-hand combat. I kind of want. The only gameplay style I could think of is like a third-person grounded version of like Warframe, or more so grounded, not as flat. I haven't heard anything about it being first or third person.
Blade is.
But I would expect it to be third person because you're going to be switching between your sword.
They said it right on the stage, just third person.
Yeah, so if it's third person, then I kind of want more so of a grounded version of Warframe. But that focuses a little bit more, maybe like on parries and combos a little differently. Because I figuring you playing as Blade and his fighting style, you're going to be switching up between like your swords and guns and stuff. I mean, at first I was thinking like, what about like Devil May Cry? And I'm like, nah, he's not Devil May Cry. Can't move like that. But that would be cool. So I think a grounded version of Warframe will be good.
Do you want God? Do you want that?
Yeah.
I need dismemberment.
Yeah.
You have to have dismemberment. It has to be a thing.
Warframe has dismemberment too already. So
I don't think Xbox is going to go as far as dismemberment, but I think you will have the gore.
You have to like. Blade
this is a mature IP to begin with, so
it has to be.
I mean, Gears doesn't have dismemberment.
Literally have
Like
God.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Not like that. Not.
You can pop off heads. You can pop off arms
of monsters.
Chainsaw people.
Can you imagine?
Not human.
Have you never chainsawed a human in Gears?
No,
you chainsaw them from their top shoulder down to their waist.
Yeah.
Nah.
And they fall in half.
I know.
This ain't Star Wars Survivor, okay? People actually are allowed to be cut in half.
Yeah.
When I play Gears, I only am chainsawing monsters. I mean, maybe in a multiplayer.
In story mode. In multiplayer,
maybe the multiplayer.
Humans getting got.
Yeah, maybe
multiplayer is more so like dodging, speed cover shotgun builds. That's what they're running.
But it's like, but to me, it's like, if Xbox does take that leap, I mean, I would be happy to see it. I just don't know if they're willing to go that far with being ultra gory with dismemberment. I think there'll be plenty of blood on the screen, but dismemberment.
How can you not? It's Blade.
Well, to be fair, Blades existed in the comics for decades, in which he did not. There was no gore. It wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
Like if you go back to just like classic Blade, like I mean, and then just any cartoon or TV show that he might have popped up in. He weren't cutting people's heads off.
Yeah, well then, but I mean, I when I first heard of Blade, that was Wesley Snipes, and that was very bloody. And I forgot which movie had the terrible blood animation, but yeah, I do expect gory, but as a video game, seeing as he's like a fast moving character, but not like super fast, just like faster than that, faster than like superhuman kind of in a way. I think like the best move sets for him is like a grounded Warframe ish approach. So he can't be as floaty, but as long as he's on the ground, he can switch between his guns, his sword, and his fist relatively fast. I think that will be like really good. And also, I think he deserves like a little bit of a parry, like a decent parry system. But that's something that's not like Insomniac's like parry system. Not like where to give you like 2 or 3 seconds to respond, like that pinpoint like parry accuracy. I think I can see that with Blade because he does have like a good crazy amount of just the way based off his skill set, like he has a crazy amount of like martial arts, sword fighting, gunplay. Like I think it all works for him. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. We lost our host guy.
Well, in the meantime, I guess
I think we're having that connectivity issue, maybe. No, we're on it. He just left.
No, Pharaoh's like literally physically not there. He ran off.
Yeah. I just tried. But so yeah. Do you think the award by itself need to change?
Game Awards needs to change. I will say they need to give developers more screen time. I actually want to see some gameplay of videos, give people more time for the awards, and cut the jokes. Your jokes are not that funny.
They're not funny at all. They're not funny.
They're always
actually
no,
Christopher
girl. Old girl was literally cracking jokes and was like, hee hee. Like, we'll talk about that later. Like, it wasn't funny. Like, shut up.
like man, she's all right.
No,
like man, you got on her dress and I give her jokes, man. Like you really don't like this person.
Hey, bro, you heard me last year, bro. I ripped her a new one for that fucking outfit. I was like,
yo, okay, you like, oh my god, man.
It's
But
almost the disconnect between the gamers and the actual.
It is. We're supposed to be celebrating the devs. That she ain't no dev.
Celebrating the devs and celebrating the games.
Like the pre-show, I want that pre-show to be dev diaries, like little tidbits and stuff like that. Maybe interviewing people. Like, where is your red carpet moment for the Game Awards? Like, go walk up and like interview, like, hey, like, you know, are you working on anything? Is there something you want to talk about? Like, where is that? That's not here.
That's actually a pretty good idea. I'll give you that.
That is a good idea. Actually, the game industry is big enough for that too. And
yeah,
it is. Again, we make more money than fucking movies, bro. We could totally have a red carpet moment, and we don't. We're supposed to roll out the red carpet for the devs. Instead, we got corny ass fucking mom jokes and everything else they want to fucking throw it.
I forgot this game. Go ahead, Pedro.
I'm gonna say I don't know if you guys remember. I'm coming in on this late, but talking about like the industry went. I don't know if you guys remember, but like you know, like in the '90s, early 2000s, the developers had a lot of star power. You know, Cliffy B was probably the most had the most like notoriety amongst like American ones, but they were like kind of like rock stars, and the industry tried to get away from that. And I think we're kind of seeing that show up in the awards where they don't kind of want developers to kind of have that rock star type feel because they probably don't want to pay them.
So why pay for Hollywood people? Why was Matthew McConaughey there?
Because that's a one time that's a one time appearance fee.
No, but they always do it though. Every year a different Hollywood person.
Here's what I'm saying: the industry does not want another Cliffy B. They don't want another Kojima. They don't want another Rockstar developer. They want developers that kind of fit in and make the games that they want to make. They can make great games, but they don't want their names to have that star power that like a Neil Druckmann has or that a Kojima has, because those guys command more money. You know, Because when my
Uh-huh.
name's on
Wait,
this
wait.
game, when Kojima's name is on, Kojima don't gotta show us shit, and that's gonna be the next topic. Kojima don't gotta show us
is.
shit. He shows up on the stage, we know we're buying it. They don't
Pretty much.
want that. They don't want someone to have that much cachet. That's why
I would.
that's one of the main reasons Konami pushed him out, is because he became too powerful.
By
Okay,
the way, you
that's
guys
still not-
seen? Go ahead, Nappy.
I know I'm good.
But
You got. I forgot to talk about this one, but the Brother of Tales of Two Sons.
Yeah, the remake. Yeah.
Yeah, like that came out of nowhere. Anyone excited for it?
I didn't really play the first one.
I'm excited for other people to experience it.
I loved it, and I'm gonna double dip
all right.
because I really enjoyed it on the first one. But yeah,
I'm gonna get us back on track so we can maybe get out of here at a decent time. Topic number 3: Sega announces that they are going on a remake spree. They announced 5 games to include Crazy Taxi and escaping my mind.
Jet Set Radio, Golden Axe, but and Streets of Rage.
Shinobi was one of them.
Shinobi they're bringing back, which has been dead for quite some time,
Yeah.
and Street of Rage 1, which was an interesting one.
So they're doing a couple remakes. They're bringing a couple IPs back from the grave, and they're bringing back the Sega that everyone from the 90s and above knew and loved up until the Dreamcast died. They're bringing all that back. So that being said, I'm gonna kick this off to. I'm not going to the Nintendo hate to the Sega hater. I'm gonna go to Nappy on this. He doesn't get to speak on this glorious golden age of games that's coming upon us from Sega.
Yeah. So as far as Sega announcing that, hey, I heard you like remakes, so I gave you a remake on top of a remake on top of a remake on top of a remake. I'm actually excited to re-experience some of these old IPs with nice modern twists, modern upgrade to them.
Well, the thing is,
again, Sega has so many good IPs.
They've been around long enough to where they can do that. The games are so old that the generation of gamers that are reintroducing these games to, most of them will have never played it.
Yeah, like these the new generation gamers, they don't know about Jet Set Radio, but they know about Bomber or Cyberpunk. They don't know why so many people went to Bomber or Cyberpunk, because people fell in love with the genre of Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
Or like, say for instance, like they don't get to experience Crazy Taxi, how like revolutionary that game was at the time. Like it was a fun game. The remake of Golden Axe, that one's gonna be very interesting. I'm curious about that one. So I don't know. I'm happy to play Golden Axe again. I don't know how that remake is going to work out.
Okay.
So that one I'm a little about. Jet Set Radio, I want all the original music. I hope Sega can get the rights to all the original music. If Bomber Cyberpunk can get one of the original artists to make music for Bomber Cyberpunk, Sega can get that same artist for all the Jet Set Radio stuff.
We'll see.
So, I mean, you have an indie developer was able to get in contact with him.
All right.
You telling me Sega can't?
I'm not saying Sega may just want to go in a different direction. We'll see. I'm just excited that they're taking this step. Yes, and also the Shinobi game. I played a little bit of it as a kid. I don't remember much, but I'm glad to see that game's coming back, because that game was really well. And also for the future IPs, I am praying that Sega brings back Skies of Arcadia. Oh my God, please! They did
Skies of Arcadia.
They did have an and more, and I think they're saving the and more for whenever they have their own big event, or for a Xbox stage or Summer Games Fest. More like summer shows.
Yeah, I mean, don't be wrong. Sky of Arcadia, that's going to be a much longer game to remake.
I can't remember. Does Sega do their own show anymore?
I don't.
Did they?
No, they do They do a lot. They do like a. Sometimes they would do like a live thing where we're showing off this. I mean, they got so many Sonic games at this point where heck, even like the community
they
is
do
making
announcements, but I can't remember the last time I seen them do their own show.
No, they don't. Like they don't just have like here's we're Sega, here's what we're putting out, and like goodbye. They don't have a Sega Direct, if you will.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
only show up on other people's things.
Okay.
So the thing about it is that Sega's bringing back some of their old IPs. Is just it's great. Like I said, like Skies of Arcadia. I played it on the. I didn't get to. I saw it on the Dreamcast, but I played it on the GameCube.
Okay.
And that was
it's a great game.
One of my. It's a great game, and it had no voice dialogue whatsoever. I was reading all of that, so to see a remake of Skies of Arcadia, I think that will be like their really big IP, one of their big IPs that they can remake. I mean, they have so many like fun games back in the day that were more so arcadey. So I'm kind of curious, how will they take like some of their arcadey remakes and make it into like a modern twist?
Yeah,
I can't really think of any games. I really can't think of any games that weren't like too arcadey back in the day that Sega owns as far as IP wise, besides Skies of Arcadia. So that's like my big one. That isn't already out because we already know we got the Personas already still out, and yeah, so. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited. I definitely gonna be playing all the games. Probably get some friends together, have a little couch co-op. Is over. This better has couch co-op. Oh my god, if it does not have couch co-op, you Sega, you will drop the. I don't think they will drop that ball, but
better throw a LAN party. Better throw a LAN party.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm excited. Sega's finally diving into some of their IPs. The one big IP I'm looking for is Skies of Arcadia. Please, for the love of God, do not let that die.
I'm sure it'll come back at some point in time.
All right. I mean, come on now. But that's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna swing it over to the Sega killer, Sega hater. Zero. What are your thoughts on
I'm not a hater. You can't hate on the losers, man. I would never hate on the losing team. They like you lost. Game over. But I'm excited for it, man. What I noticed about it initially was that they just look kind of good. Like Golden Axe looks completely different. Like it's not even a 2D side scroller anymore.
It was a sizzle reel, but it did look good.
Yeah, what they and of course, I know my mileage may vary on what these final products may look like, but I was a little impressed. It's like these look kind of good, and a great lineup to start with. Shinobi, Golden Axe. I'm surprised I didn't see. Did they do Altered Beast? I think they did Altered Beast.
I did not see Altered.
Older, smaller titles, which seem to be paying off quite well for these little kind of smaller
Res RE4 remake.
I mean, I count that one as like the big dogs. So like, there's a part of me that expects you to like show you never see again. Like I had probably my issue with Resident Evil 4 is like, do we need to see this again? We've seen it a lot over the past couple of years.
We sure have. How many more? How many more?
Still like popular and strong today. So it's like it's not terribly a shock. But when you look at something like Suikoden 2, let alone arguably, hopefully, this also does well with the Sega collection, and developers see like, hey man, some of these old titles could use just a little bit of polish, and like you can get some good return on investments out of this. Like people are liking what they're doing out here, and we want to play these games, and we certainly like to play these games when they're sort of upscaled and look better and control better, and they've got maybe speed up options or save states. If they can pull that off, which I don't even know if that's Sega proper, but I would play that game was on a Sega system. So good on Sega. I'm happy that they're doing this. And I wonder if some of it comes from the success of like Sonic. Getting back to the sort of classic Sonic trend seem to be working a little bit better than their 3D outings. So maybe they're just understanding like people like what you used to do. If you can just sort of up that and make that more interesting, they might have something on their hands.
Actually, I remember on the Dreamcast when back when I was like in the second grade, there was like this Looney 2 racing game on the
Back in
Dreamcast. I would like for that to
grade,
come back.
Jesus.
Wait, what?
You're much younger than me. If your Dreamcast was when you were in the second grade.
Oh, oh,
I was in high school. Oh
okay.
no. When did Dreamcast come out?
It was early 2000s. That was like early 2000s. I remember.
You said when did Dreamcast come out?
Yeah.
It
Maybe
was
that's
early 2000s.
So maybe early 2000s. That'll put me in high school. I graduated in
Oh shit.
2004.
Yeah, I was in the second grade.
Oh Jesus! All right. Anyway.
Actually, the Dreamcast launched in '99, bro. So just right before the 2000s.
Oh, so it'd have been right. Well, actually, if it came out that winter, I was on my way out.
What a system! Ugh.
Of what Xbox came to be. Like a lot of things that Xbox became was because like Dreamcast with the Ethernet port.
D-pad format underneath the analog.
Yeah,
stick.
Dreamcast ran on Windows, had Windows CE in it. Like,
Yep.
Mhm.
you know, a lot of that, you know, a lot of what Xbox came to be was because of Dreamcast. The Dreamcast memory card is still elite.
It is.
Nothing is
Oh
topping
yeah.
the VFU.
Nothing
topping
topping
the VFU.
mini games. Oh, I can take this with
That is
me and come back.
that
and
is the
slap it in
best
and we good.
memory card of all time. And I know there's someone who's gonna listen to this who won't understand the greatness of a memory card back in the day, but they were useful. Very useful. I wish we had memory cards today that didn't.
Or you leave your system.
Oh god, I remember when I was a kid, I had to turn off my TV and like hide the light on my N64 to make it look like it wasn't open.
Yep.
Or it wasn't turned on.
I don't remember having those problems. Those like poor people problems back then. Like, why did y'all get the bootleg?
I was in the first and second grade. My dad was
did
like,
y'all get the bootleg N64 without the memory thing in there? It had a.
oh no, I didn't have no. So the memory cards were actually in. Some of them were in the cartridges, but certain games they didn't have them in the cartridges. Where you have to buy the adapter. The adapter gives a performance, but sometimes you will buy a cartridge with like one of those dead DMOS batteries inside of them. And as a kid, you wouldn't know that you have to replace a DMOS battery to have your save games again.
I don't remember a memory card thing. I remember a Rumble Pack. I had the Rumble Pack on my N64. I don't remember.
Yeah, there was a Rumble Pack.
I remember.
I do remember that.
There
I do remember.
N64 memory card, bro. If you Google it, you'll see it. It literally it was gray and it had memory card on a fucking red banner, bro.
No,
it absolutely existed.
Not only did it exist, like I have one.
Yeah,
looking at it right now.
Oh, I already know if it existed. Zero got it when it comes to Nintendo, but
yeah, transfer your save datas, man.
I don't remember that. I don't remember needing it for N64. I remember PlayStation, you know, Sega. I remember having it on that, but Xbox and
I think they
Xbox
came later in the 64's lifespan.
Yeah, as far as like Xbox and Nintendo go, I don't remember.
You would plug it in where the Rumble Pack went. Like the fucking
Yeah. I remember. It was like to take your saves on the go.
I remember the graphics boost pack that you got for the Nintendo 64. Like they had a little pack to boost your graphics.
I get that for DK. Got that for DK, Donkey Kong.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, the little red.
Remember that?
Megabytes.
I just don't remember I just don't remember the memory card. I was like, man. I remember like
it had the controller pack. It like you had a controller pack that was like the memory card. It plugged into the bottom.
Yeah.
And then from there you would get like Rumble packs. You had the jumper pack. You had the expansion pack that went into the system and it was actually 4 megabytes of memory for that expansion pack. It wasn't shit. Like it literally went it took your console's RAM from 4 megabytes to 8 by plugging in.
Yeah, who owned the rights to Ippo? Is that Sega?
The what?
Ippo? The boxing?
Ippo?
Yeah. Oh, Hajime no Ippo. I was like, what?
Who owned the rights to that?
Who published Victorious? Spirit.
Was that Sega?
I don't think it was Sega.
Okay, because that game
it ended up on PS2. That was I mean I don't know.
That game is lit too. I'm just saying. We need a proper boxing game. If we can't get a fight night, we can at least get an Ippo, man. Just saying.
So, Victorious Boxers is published by ESP, or was, which was totally a Japanese company.
Well, Sega's Japanese. That's why I thought it made.
Yeah, but it wasn't Sega.
Think we slammed that topic. Everyone got their piece on that. Final topic. We finally made it to the final topic. 3 hours and 7 minutes in. We did it. So Kojima and Jordan Peele. I did Peele.
Jordan Poole. Okay, basketball.
Like,
Yeah.
now that's a weird mix.
Basketball on the brain. Must be thinking about my my sports betting ticket. All right, so Kojima and Jordan Peele team up on this new game OD. I think hearing the name, I definitely think Jordan Poole came up with the name of the game because it's kind of like a quadruple entendre. Like OD means a lot of things, like in all culture. I'm not sure how much it translates into Japanese culture, so I kind of think Jordan Poole had a say in that name. But just the idea of these two creators coming together and making a horror type video game, to me, it just is outstanding. I think people have like kind of been like looking at Kojima for a while and saying he needs to make a movie, and
He said he wanted to make a movie.
yeah, so he's been saying that he wanted to do it, and then now he's teaming up with Jordan Peele to kind of make this interactive. I'm kind of, me and Kofi just recently played some Supermassive Games game, which kind of plays like a movie in my eyes a little bit. So I'm kind of getting that it's the feel that it may be something like that, but it's also being powered by the Xbox Cloud, so it's gonna be a cloud-based game, which means unfortunately you are going to be connected to the internet to play it, I would assume. But the idea of these guys teaming up to create something is just very exciting to me. For me, this is day one. I don't care if it's in Game Pass or whatever. It's day one. I'll probably buy it. Jordan Poole and Kojima teaming up is kind of like a dream scenario for me. Like I had a post on Facebook like 8 months ago. Like, if these two guys, as a picture of Kojima and Peele together, and like if these guys ever teamed up, it would be legendary. And I don't know if you guys picked it up on the stage when Kojima was out there just talking, and they started doing the doot 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 doot. I was like, oh shit, Jordan Peele about to come out. But nobody. I was watching a couple streams, like people who were streaming the VGAs, and people weren't picking up on like Jordan Peele's music. I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but if so, I'm gonna kick it off to Captain Xbox first and get his reaction since it's a Xbox exclusive. What were your thoughts on this whole OD Jordan Poole Kojima super team up?
If you say Jordan Poole,
Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele, my bad. No disrespect, Jordan Peele. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
My bad. Basketball on the
biggest-
brain.
I feel you. He a bum though, but I feel you.
He is. He is. Very much so.
My biggest thing is it's who we don't know is involved with this, because there's a good chance Guillermo del Toro's involved.
Stephen King.
Like I posted in the chat, like if Stephen King is involved, we in there.
Yeah.
I don't even fuck with horror games when we in there. Yeah, I honestly just want to see.
It's gonna be the first level.
How...
It's gonna be the very first level. It's gonna be a fucking spider, and eBay's gonna quit.
Yep.
Can't play this anymore.
I'm gonna be on Twitch crying big man tears, real shit. Yeah, I just want to really honestly see who else is involved with it. Like, I was very surprised. I didn't think his Xbox game was gonna be that. And then Buddy came out.
Did you pick that it was Jordan Poole when you heard the music?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
They started playing the shit. They started playing the shit from Get Out, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
yep. And I was like, okay, no way. And then he pops out.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah. That's a moment right there. And then they spent like 5 minutes slapping each other on the ass.
Hey, what's his name? Jeff
But I
Keighley.
mean,
He'll do anything for Kojima. You know what I'm saying?
he will. He probably
All the
been
TV time in the world.
He probably threw it back. I'm just playing. Like just knowing what he's done. So even with like when he's been doing like the Twilight Zone shit, like he can do it. I think this is the closest we're probably gonna get to Kojima also making a movie, because that's what he really should be doing. But I think this is the closest we're gonna get to that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I need to see other names attached to this just so I can.
Of course, you see more. The trailer did not give us a lot
It did not.
Other than the fact that was probably an in-engine look, and that's kind of what we can expect the game to look like, being that the cloud is going to be handling most of the load,
the processing.
Yeah. So that's probably what we can expect the graphical quality to hit near. That other than that, there wasn't much we could glean from that trailer. Zero, what were your thoughts when you saw
I mean, what if it's PT but they couldn't use the PT name? I don't know.
Maybe. What was your thoughts when you saw Kojima and Jordan Peele shooting threes?
I mean, I thought it was awesome. Like I said, like as I talked about earlier, like it's really cool to see like Kojima inch closer towards like making movies, hanging out with movie people who make movies. So that would be like really nice to see, because it seems as though that's what he wants to do. So give him a shot at it. Why not? Yes, I recognize the song. I feel like most people of a certain age would always sort of immediately recognize I Got Five on it, and then specifically the Get Out version. It's not the Get Out version, it's the Nope version. Not Nope. The one in the
No, it was Get Out. Is Get Out.
No, that's not Get Out.
Oh, that's not Nope. That's
it's Us.
Us, yeah.
Us.
Yeah,
Us.
Us, yeah.
Yeah, the Us version.
Yeah, because
and then
Get Out was the other
Get
song.
Out was a white chick. Don't date white chicks.
No, I'm saying the song that he used was the If You Want It. You know,
yeah.
So I'm intrigued by the cast. I don't know if these are going to be the main cast of characters or there'll be more. You know, I know two of them, Sophia and Hunter. Sophia's from the Dungeons and Dragons movie. She's the daughter. And Hunter, if you've watched Euphoria, Hunter is in Euphoria. Both are pretty solid actresses, so I got no issue with that. But you know, I think it is an exercise in futility to try to figure out exactly what Kojima's got cooking.
He don't know what he got cooking now.
Yeah, like because I remember watching the Death Stranding sort of initial thing. Was like, I think I might be able to figure out what this game may or may not be about. I don't know. I didn't know what that game was about at all.
A lot of people beat it and don't know what the damn game is about.
I wouldn't be surprised. So, and it might be true to the same for this one. But I love that it's a horror game. I think that makes it a bit more interesting. It gives them, I think, a bit of a more interesting route to go with, just because we don't get a lot of horror games. And I don't know if this is like horror action or sci-fi. Like, what type of horror is it? If Jordan Peele's involved with it, like, is there some sort of racial element involved? Or social commentary that he's usually been associated with for most part in his career? Like, there's so many questions that I'm intrigued by, that I just know I'll never get the answer to until I actually play the game.
Yeah.
Like, so I really just look forward to that. It's good, man. Like, Kojima he's just cooking. He's always cooking. He's got to be one of the better developers, or at least front-facing developers.
I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised to see Jordan Peele name associated with a trailer, and it didn't have a black cast member on it.
Not a single black person in there. I was like,
Uh,
okay.
that was kind of
I
surprising.
mean, it could be something different.
I'm just saying, typically he makes sure that he has a some sort of black cast member featured in the trailer or something. So it was kind of surprising, kind of threw you for a loop that he was associated with it.
Yeah, I mean his horror movies seem to have social messages, and I believe Kojima has been like on record saying like he likes all of his movies.
Yeah.
So, and for some people that's really big praise because Kojima's a real big movie buff. So like
Huge.
when he doesn't like a movie, you'll also probably know that too. So when he likes them, he really likes them. So it feels like a bit of a match made in heaven. Not too dissimilar from like what did they work together? Guillermo del Toro. That was Elden Ring, right? Guillermo del Toro.
No, that was George
Mm-mm.
R.R. Martin.
George R. R.
Guillermo
Martin.
del
Okay.
Toro did work with Kojima on ET stuff,
He worked on Death Stranding.
and I believe he was involved with Death Stranding. If I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
So like, which seems like I'll admit, which an Elden Ring seems like a better fit for Del Toro. But Death Stranding I think worked out well. But it seems like a really good match made in heaven between these two creators. I'd be interested on who has like who's doing what. And maybe we'll get some sort of behind the scenes look or documentary. But I can't imagine that Jordan Peele will have enough time to be devoting a lot of his time to this because I know he's working on a new movie.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see just how much participation he's really a part of, or is this more like an extended producer credit?
I think he's probably in the nitty gritty with the whole script building and all of that. Probably not too heavy on the production side. That's probably more Kojima's lane, being that it's more games than it is movies.
Yeah.
And I think he has plenty of time for the role that he's taking on the project.
Certainly, possibly.
Because these guys, they do 3-4 movies at a time anyway. So to do a movie and a video game shouldn't be too crazy.
I hope not. Like I look, as I said, like I look forward to wherever they got cooking, and like you, Vero, like this will pretty much be a day one for me. Like I'll just jump in blind and see what we got going.
Yeah. So, Nappy,
Even if you have to get an Xbox Zero.
You know what? Like
Blade
I
already
think
made that decision for him. He said it in the chat last week.
it's funny because there was something else that came out before, but I didn't say it in the chat. I was like, I think I had to get an Xbox next year. But I think I might have to get an Xbox in 2024. I think that's going to be the move for me.
Hey, Xbox got the games now. They got games, and
They got studios too.
Yeah, when every time you say I need this many games at the E3 show, they come with that many games.
They be coming with the games, man. So like, I can't.
I mean, it's been like what, 2 years now since.
I can't be like, where my games at? Like, they're right here, bro. Like, you're right.
All right, 2022 was a disappointment, but outside of 2022, they've been hitting. I'm not saying the games have been like 90 and above all, but as far as delivering,
we got games.
As far as delivering steady flow of content, whether it be live service or new titles, they've been on it.
Mm-hmm.
They had the one blooper year, 2022, but I think this year they dropped 7 or 8 first party titles. I'm not including the ABK stuff, but
that's the type of stuff for me.
Yeah, I think the only people that did more first party content is Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, but to be fair, like they were in their bag this year.
Yeah, Nintendo was going crazy.
I wouldn't blame anybody for not like keeping up with Nintendo.
Any year that a Zelda drops, they typically go crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but Nappy, what are your thoughts on the Kojima Jordan Peele team up?
I was not expecting that team up to begin with. I was not expecting Jordan Peele to have interest in making video game IPs or video game stories for that matter. So really excited to see it. I'm kind of curious of if it's going to be a horror title because
Yeah,
especially
they said
seeing
horror.
Jordan Peele.
They said it was a horror.
Yeah, seeing that they're doing a horror and seeing Jordan Peele's recent 3 movies because they were more so like African American based and like with some of their messages and stuff, and Kojima's recent Death Stranding story, which is still, I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of those people that's confused. I mean, you're in a
But I
world.
just tell you, Zero, when you walked away. When you were away, I just said a lot of people finished Death Stranding and still don't know what it's about.
I got the idea of it, but I'm just like, it didn't feel like an ending. It felt like okay, we're just going to survive and just walk out in the Asian rain. That's just gonna make me old just because. I'm like, what? So, but the thing about it is with those 2 minds together, I don't know what to expect with them. And I don't know if he's going to lean more into like some subliminal messages about like, is it going to be a horror based off of like recent stuff that's been happening today? I mean, I'm excited and I definitely want to see what comes out of this partnership because this is something that I did not expect at all.
Yeah.
But please don't make it another walking. Well, it's a horror game. It could be a walking simulator. Just gotta be a scary one.
Well, the unique thing about Jordan Peele's films is that they don't typically follow the flow of typical horror films, where it is like that, walk run from a bad guy type thing.
No, no, they don't. He definitely did change up some of the stuff, especially the It one was like the conclusion, the ending of that when you figure out what happened. Yeah,
You mean
not It.
Nope.
I mean,
you mean Nope.
Not Nope. I mean,
Nope.
The other one with the body swapping.
Oh,
Us. Well, I'm getting them to Us. When he did Us, and that conclusion to where like one of the characters had been replaced, and it was just like, what the fuck? What was this? And he's like, we're just gonna pretend like I've always been there, and I'm just like, what? So I mean, Jordan Peele definitely has the ability to like mix with Kojima's storytelling, and with them 2 minds combined, it's probably going to be a big old gaggle fuck of open-ended questions and open-ended answers. And I really hope that the game's going to be good. I already know the story's going to be something that people are going to be dissecting that thing for probably months once that game comes out.
Yeah, that's going to be a wild one. Yeah, but if that's all thoughts we have, we've done a strong 3.5 hours. Appreciate you guys' time tonight. This is our final show of the year. So I want to wish everyone a happy holidays, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or any other holiday that takes place this month. Just want to wish you guys happy holidays, happy New Year's. Hope you guys enjoy your family. If you guys don't have family, reach out to your friends, people close to you, and enjoy. We hope you subscribe, like the channel. I'm gonna move into our outros and let everyone tell you where they can be found. Jubei, where can people find you? Ooh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can find me at Jubei X Sensei on things you play games on, and Jubei Sensei everywhere else.
All right.
Yeah, I'll catch y'all next week.
All right. And Nappy, where can people find you?
You can find me here on YouTube, and also you can find me on Twitter. YouTube will be Nappy Senshi X. If you want to play some PC games with me, just feel free to add me. And I'm going to drop a controller review this week. I'm going to try to work a little bit on Overdrive, especially because one of the companies actually reached out to me and sent me a controller. So I'm going to get it done before the end of this year. So I got to stick to that. Also, funny, I got another controller sent in the mail today. So big one controller, but this one's more PC focused. And I'm like, So yeah, the controllers keep coming, so I gotta get them reviews, keep pushing out. Have a Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year, have spend time with your families, keep on gaming, and then I will.
Zero, where can we find you? More importantly, where can they find us?
I like the way Jubei said that. You can just find me 0x36 wherever you play games. Um, but of course, so look forward to that. YouTube, give us a like, give us a comment. I'll just say that I appreciate all you guys listening. We don't, you me personally, I just do this because it's fun. And I enjoy talking to people about video games. And like I've gotten to meet Nappy, I've gotten to meet Jubei. The wonderful end of the year. Enjoy yourselves, take some time off, relax, put your feet up, be prepared to go into 2024 strong, committed, ready. I'm calling it now. It's thank you so much for another wonderful year, man. It's always it's fun. This is the most fun you can have on a Monday with your clothes on. So I absolutely like doing this. So thank you guys. As always, you could listen to anybody else. We appreciate you listening to us. Thank you, and be good. Be good to each other. Appreciate that.
All right. And with that being said, thank you for getting your weekly dose of that vitamin G, not vitamin D, vitamin G.
Whoa, pause. Going out with the year with a bang, huh?
I got these dang Invisalign in my mouth. Excuse me.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ay. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. Rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J.
And I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin. Discussing that. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J. You rockin' with beasts, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin J.